Hello and welcome to TPK Roleplay. Tonight we are continuing our series of rotating one-shots, the Emerald Expeditions, where our adventurers are working with the Emerald Enclave to deal with problems throughout the realm. This evening's adventure is based on Wizard in a Bottle, created by MT Black, available on DM's Guild. I am Tony, your dungeon master. Players, if you want to go around and overlay order, starting with Sarah.
Hi, I'm Osiris Branko. I play Elaine Thistletop, the halfling barbarian, and it's been a minute since I've sat at the Emerald Expeditions table, so I'm excited to get caught up on the shenanigans. I'm gonna pass it on over to the incredible Mr. Rogers.
Hi, I'm Mr. Rogers. I'm playing Puck, our half-dragon fighter, and I'm gonna pass it on to Purple.
Hello, I'm Purple Phil. I'm playing Sacriel, and with that, I'll pass it on and we'll zigzag up to the top on the other side of Heck.
Oh, the mystery. Hi, everybody. It's me, Sir Heckalot. Today I am playing Nym Perlanticel, the sea elf zoologist. Moving on over to Copper Leo.
Hi everyone, Copper Leo. I'll be playing Rick Charlemagne, Gentleman of Intra tonight. And last but not least, we'll pass it down to Dev.
Hey y'all, it's me, Dev Develops. I'm playing Moran Moxt, a shadow sorcerer.
Okay, so last time you all would have gotten a letter within the last, I don't know, 25 days or so. It looks a lot like this. It reads, "Dear Sinitiates, it was nice to see you fix yet another problem. You're doing so well. This will be a final test before we truly meet, should you successfully complete this mission. I have total faith and confidence in you all. Meet with Mr. Longwood at the Bridgeside Coffee House. See you soon, Tess." The Bridgeside Coffee House sits on the outskirts of Master, known as the City of Danger. How do you all get there?
I'll go first. Elaine would try to probably hitchhike a little bit, like in farmers' carts and stuff, very shyly asking if she can sit in between crates of different goods going into the city. And that's how she'd try to make her way.
Puck would have rented a horse and just traveled along that way.
Well, after a good night of rest, Nym would have had his familiar of sorts, his beast bond, Meldo, transform into a horse and then just ride over.
So last time we were on an island, right? So probably take a boat or a ferry back to the mainland, and then Sacriel will probably just walk. Just travel around city or town to town.
Basically, this fancy looking carriage just pulls up into this town. Rick steps out and just shouts in, is like, "Thank you for the ride, Lord and Lady. It was a most interesting trip. I'm afraid I have to go, but I'll catch you next time, and then I'm in town." And he'll wave goodbye as the carriage leaves.
Moran was given specific instructions on how to get there through secret passageways, through some friends.
Friends, you say? All right. So the Bridgeside Coffee House, it's not very large. It is, again, on the outskirts of Mulmaster. You all arrive at a quaint hovel, the Bridgeside Coffee House. Inside, you see a round, graying man with a missing leg. Your contact, Ulfgar Longwood. Inside, not busy. He's one of the only patrons here this evening, aside from a band. seems to be pretty lively. It's fairly early in the afternoon when you all arrive. Where this gentleman greets you. Oh, friends! Thank you for coming to meet me today. If we were to do this in the traditional way, I suppose we could be meeting in a tavern, but I can't abide alcohol myself. Would you like a coffee, by the way?
I'll take one.
Coffee
Green tea
sounds
sugar.
wonderful.
Oh,
I'm afraid coffee doesn't agree with me, but if they have Charlemagne tea, I would enjoy a cup.
I can't say I've seen or heard such a tea.
What kind of tea do you have?
I don't know, and he kind of puts up a hand to the waitress who comes over. I see you brought friends, Mr. Wolfgar. She does set down a few coffees with like a pot of cream and a small bowl of sugar.
You'll
Does
see
anyone-
like Puck grab his coffee and then pour cream into it until the coffee is nearly white.
Did anyone else need anything?
What kind of tea do you serve?
Mostly just black. We have a few herbals and a single green tea.
Herbal is fine.
Okay, would you like orange, passion fruit, or lime?
Passion fruit for today.
I'll have the last of the green tea myself.
Just take a black tea.
And you, miss, did you need anything? She'll look to
Oh.
Elaine.
Oh, water's fine.
And she'll do a light bow as she goes to the back, procures a larger kettle of hot water, a few mugs, one of just ice water for Elaine, sets it down, places each of your packets in front of you, and pours the hot water. For Sacriel, she'll probably put yours in now. She'll look to Moran, put yours in about 2 minutes. And to Leo, she'll look to you in about 4 minutes for yours. Otherwise, your leaves will burn.
All right, thank you. I don't think some of us have met before. I have to say, some of you are new faces, as I am sure I am to you. Would...
Yes. If I may, the name is Rick Charlemagne, gentleman adventurer. Master Puck, it's good to see you again, sir. How was your trip to the Isle?
Easy going back. The ferry rides are always nice.
I'll go next. My name's Nim. Nim Parlanticil at your service.
Nice to meet you all. I'm Sacriel.
I'm Elaine.
A beautiful name. Moran Loxt, archaeologist at your service.
Elaine will kind of timidly put a hand out to shake Moran.
The long arm meeting your little hand.
Mm-hmm. When Elaine takes your grip, you're surprised. It's stronger than you'd realize, and you see her kind of like realize that maybe she grabbed a little too tightly, and she'll kind of wince and pull her hand back across the table, but not really say anything.
Maintains a smile. Your hand notice that his are cold.
So
Well, now that introductions are out of the way, can we get on to our business?
Oh yes, I wanted to get right to the point, but first I'll need to tell you a little bit about myself. 20 years ago, I was part of a famous group of adventurers. You might have heard of them, known as the Crimson Company. Perhaps you've heard of us? No, that's a pity.
No.
We were based out of Westbridge, operated on the Long Road. We certainly got up to some adventures. Are you sure you haven't heard of us? Never mind. Our wizard was a very talented young lady by the name of Amelia Greyheart. She had a way with a wand, and let me tell you, I was very, very fond of young Amelia. Anyhow, to cut a long story short, we split up and we each went our own way. I retired from adventuring after losing my leg in a stupid accident. I'll tell you about that another time. I became an iron merchant in Waterdeep. Got married, had 7 children, so on. The last I heard of Amelia, she'd moved to Neverwinter and was adventuring with a new party. Well, I've done very well of the iron trade the last year, and I retired. We decided to move to Neverwinter. My wife likes quality clocks and hot springs, you see. I thought to myself, I could look up Amelia again. And at that point, he will pause his rambling. And you'll kind of see his eyes grow damp. And he'll take out a little kerchief and just, dab his eyes, blow his nose, and just, anyhow, to cut a long story short, to get to the point, it seems poor Amelia has passed away. She set out to explore the ruins of a sorcerer's tower with her new party, and 20 years ago and never returned. Such a waste. Such a waste. I've managed to determine the location of the tower. It took some doing, believe me. I'll tell you about it sometime. To get right to the point, I need someone to explore the ruins. Perhaps bring the poor girl's remains. It's a long shot, I know, but one I have to take. And I've heard some good things about your party from Tess. I got 200 gold to offer you.
Have you been to the ruins before?
No, but I did. I was able to procure a very, very accurate map. The iron trade was very good to me.
Years is a long time. Sure other people haven't been in already?
I have no idea, but very few people apparently even know where this was. I had to get this created by magic just to find the damn thing. It must have been how she found it with her party.
By the way, can I roll an insight check on this guy?
What are you trying to suss out?
I'm just trying to suss out if his intentions are true, like he's just wanting to recover the body, or there might be an ulterior motive with all this.
Sure.
It's a 15.
From what you can tell, he's being honest. He's somewhat hoping you find her, knowing full well you may just find a corpse.
Can I ask a follow-up insight question?
Mm-hmm.
It seems that he's hinting that he has a thing for her, and he's kind of trying to hide it, but doing it really bad.
You don't need an insight. He obviously had a crush at the very least on this gal. But again, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird that he's looking for her body now. Can that be part of the insight check?
Oh my god!
Why is he doing this? Because this is real weird.
Sure.
Only a 13, but especially because he's like, I have a wife now and kids, and
you're
really
pretty
need to find your
sure
body.
with that
It's really
13, he was quite just trying to find out what happened to a friend. Someone
Okay.
that he wanted to be with, but they went their own ways.
Yeah, anyone sitting next to Nim? Oh my gosh, just hit that. Anyone sitting next to Nim would notice that among just his regular note taking, there's a little like sketch of Ulfgar's profile that's kind of making its way in the margins. But he'll look up from his notebook and ask, "Do you know any particular fate that might have befallen the group? Like any specific danger that might befall us should we go over there?"
If the place had some kind of obscure magic, it could have wards on it somewhere. If anything happened, I don't know.
Do you know if her party was hired by someone to explore this ruin, or did they seek it out themselves? Or no information on
No
that?
one's seen them all, so either they all met their fate there, or they dare not speak what they found. Either out of guilt or
Do you mind if I see the map?
he'll kind of give you like a little bit of a squint. Sure, and he will keep an eye on you the entire time.
Don't worry, I like maps. What do I see?
So this is actually very detailed. It looks to show what looks about a 2 days journey on foot north of your location, on a ruins that lie near the coast.
And he said the map was magic?
It was made by magic.
With being proficient with cartographer's tools, would I know what like just can discern a little bit more about this map, or if it has anything else to aid us?
From what you can tell, it's just a very nice, probably extremely expensive map.
We do love nice parchment. Well, I guess this is us then.
I do have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the Enclave looking into this?
Well,
You'd think just a random group of adventurers would work.
Well,
So why
as you
us?
could hear, the last group of adventures that went in there, it sounds like they didn't quite work out, unfortunately.
You've no idea what they were going in there for.
It was an old sorcerer's tower. They're probably looking to see if perhaps there were some remnants left, something worth snagging that was left from whoever owned it. It had been abandoned apparently, but that's about all I got out of it.
Sorcerer's Tower is a dangerous thing, to be sure. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm willing to take a look at the very least. If the poor lass didn't survive, it would be most fortuitous to bring her body back for proper burial.
I agree, and if nothing else, to prevent the same thing from happening to other groups.
If the body's still there, of course. We'll do our best.
I really appreciate that. As I said, I'm good for the money. Whatever information you come back with, it's yours.
Just so I know, was that 200 for the group or for everyone?
For the group.
Okay.
The iron trade was good to him, but not that great. He is retired.
Just asking.
All right. So, accepting the gerb.
Well, I hope
It-
everybody has their walking boots on. It's going to be quite a journey.
So, unfortunately, the weather does take a bit of a turn for the next couple of days on your walk. It's pretty crappy the first day. It's just very mild, kind of damp. The next day, it's pretty shitty. It's storming. As you all come across the tower, following that very magnificent map, its accuracy is unmatched. It is an ancient looking stone edifice with most of the upper parts eroded. It sits on a lonely dirt hill overlooking the sea, with some scrubby grass and a few withered trees being the only vegetation. There's a dark looking entrance near the base, and as you arrive, black storm clouds are coming in from the ocean and a fierce cold wind is blowing. You feel this cold just biting into you. I bring you to the map. There is but a single door.
And one of the days, one of the rests over the time to get here, Nim definitely would have changed Veldo's form from a horse to, like, we'll say a little screech owl. Just a little thing.
As well, Moran was, thanks to cartographer's tools, while traveling, you can draw a map as you go in addition to engaging in another activity. And while this map is on being borrowed, he wants to create a replica. Just for, personal reasons. Likes to keep track.
Did you,
Of course.
perchance, while doing that, mention the fact that it's a highly accurate map?
Yes, but I have to give it back.
Do you think whoever made it was really good?
It's very nice. It's very detailed with magic too.
Makes sense. It seems odd, a giant tower like this on the side of the sea being unknown for so long. I think it'd stick out for any boat that traveled by.
Would I be able to discern based on the geography of the location why it's like what makes this area so, I guess, hidden or hard to find?
How would you be finding that out? Or what would you like to try to figure that out with?
I suppose by studying maps, being familiar with physical geography, or studying like the relationship of the terrain to the area. If it has like topographic features, XYZ.
Probably be a nature check then.
What say you, DM?
Sure. Yeah, either nature or arcana.
$14.
What you're getting is that perhaps a mixture of the magics of the natural Momaster is very tied to the elementals planes. There's plenty of rifts that have occurred in Momaster in the past. So the natural magics of them can warp even basic reality.
I share that with the group.
Elaine's gonna look at Puck based on that comment. Maybe that's why the Enclave sent us here.
better reason than getting somebody's bones.
I mean, it depends on the bones.
Have to be pretty special bones for the Enclave.
Hmm. I think you're
Oh.
right.
Okay, we're gonna do this.
Well, might as well stop waiting around, and he's gonna go up to open the door.
Okay. You'll find that the door does open. And hold on, I'm gonna see if I did this correctly. I think I did. Okay. So and you'll see that our inside here are two very large, hunched over ogres that seem to be eating something.
All right. So when I opened the door, did they notice me?
Yeah, they sure do. The one just is like with two hands on what you're hoping's a bone. Just like kind of stops chewing. And the other one just kind of like drops what he's eating and stands up and just kind of, and what do you want?
We're looking for some people that came here not too long ago.
And you couldn't knock?
Door wasn't locked. Didn't think I needed to.
You can't just walk in on people.
I just did.
I'm gonna step into the room if I may. Gentlemen, my apologies for the interruption. We were led to believe that this tower had been abandoned. If we had known that someone was home, we clearly would have done you the courtesy of knocking before we enter.
And you'll see the other one still like holding the meat in the hand, like, did he just call me a man?
My apologies, ma'am. Is this currently your residence?
Well, yes, it is.
So you lay claim to this location then?
And you'll see him kind of like reach for a club behind him and say, and you're trespassing.
Sir, please. We're all civilized folk here. Clearly we can talk this out. We have no interest in bothering you and, lovely ma'am here. We are simply here exploring the ruins in hopes that we may be able to recover a body of a fallen adventurer who came here some years ago.
We don't know nothing about no squishy humans coming around here.
I make a persuasion check.
To do what?
Basically sweet talking these ogres into not smashing my face with a club.
Sure.
Well, I rolled a 9, but my abilities allow me to treat it as a 10. So 17.
17. He still has a grip on his club. He doesn't seem like he's about to smash your skull in. So what do you lot want then?
Is there like a stairway or another doorway?
So inside the tower is just a shell with a few scraps of wood. All that remains are the original floors. You are able to look directly up to see the open sky. What you see around you is just old flagstone, mostly covered with crumbling stone, rotting timber, dirt, ashes, and other debris. And you see in the back an old tapestry covering a tall object. And the whole place smells like dung.
Well, all we really would need to do is just have a look around, see. But we're not here to rob you or anything. We're just taking a look to see. If it'll help, I'll pay you for your trouble.
We don't have need money.
Well, perhaps we could strike a bargain in some other way. Is there something else that you need?
You got food?
Oh, I have a couple days rations, and he just kind of looked to the rest of the group.
Yeah, so I can throw in some of my rations as well.
I mean,
Plus,
if
if you
that's what
give
they
us,
want.
yeah. Plus, if you give us enough time, I could have my friend who points to a little screech owl. Probably catch a couple of things airborne if you're into poultry.
I have pomegranates if you like them.
What in the hell is a pomegranate? It sounds like you're eating a rock.
It can feel like that, can't it?
I mean, he'll just hold out his big, giant, goddamn hand waiting for payment.
Yeah, then we'll just go off and yeah, get some rations.
Yeah.
Not even like necessarily that afraid.
How
I
many
give him,
rations are you giving him?
Giving him 5 days.
Yeah, however many days I have, I'm not sure how many, but whatever the standard is.
One day.
You might want to keep a day back because it's going to take a day to walk back at least.
Yeah, I can hunt. It's totally fine.
I feel like Elaine would go last, and as she approaches, try to guess, like gauge how, like if this is even working. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is this guy expecting her to pull a feast out of her ass as she like walks up?
Give me an insight check.
That's a nat 20, bud.
It like what you're giving him seems to be like working. He seems to be much less aggressive, getting many a pound of food for free, basically.
Elaine will give 5 rations of her own. And as she has to reach up to tuck the rations into his massive hand. Do you garden?
No.
Okay. And she'll just walk off to the
And
side.
even if I could, this place is dead.
What do you mean?
You saw the trees outside, the grass. The only thing that lives out there is toxic.
What happened?
Probably this. Mulmaster's full of magic and bullshit. Probably just ruined the land over time.
Your master?
No, Mulmaster, the city.
Oh, that's where we came from, right?
Yeah.
Elaine will kind of nod and under her breath, big city folk, what are you gonna do?
Okay. And he takes it, he'll kind of show it off to men who will kind of look at it, look at you all, and just nod. And he will go back to his rock, place it next to him, and just just don't touch your shit. And he'll just go back to eating.
Thank you very much, and ma'am. We shouldn't tarry too long. And with that, I'm going to roll. Well, if someone would like to help me, because I don't add much, but I'm going to make an investigation check.
For
Just looking around the area, trying to find anything of interest, secret doors or
Sure.
anything like that.
all right, I'll help you with that. Okay, there we go. This is like it needs to see. That and something that Nim like just kind of throughout this is going to keep his eyes peeled for are traps. He's just going to be looking for traps a whole lot throughout all of this.
Okay. So you can roll investigation or perception.
All right. Yeah, I'll go for it. Wait, are you helping me or am I helping you, Rick?
What do you add what do you add investigation?
Because my investigation's pretty good. It's a +7.
Yeah, I'm just there for moral support
Okay, cool.
because I add 1.
All right, 23.
Just kind of like looking around, without like really trying to disturb the 2 ogres here. You find that there's like a box underneath some fraying carpet. You find, and really that's pretty much the only other thing here other than the thing in the back covered with a what was it covered by? A tapestry.
Okay.
Oh.
I may as well. I'll check the box first.
Take a look at this tapestry.
You as you like kind of go for the box, you'll see the 2 ogres just kind of leer at you.
All right, cool. No, that's their shit. Okay, cool. We know that now. All right, we're not gonna do that. I don't know. Nothing's labeled here. They don't have a label maker. Yeah, I'll go join Rick by the tapestry then.
Puck's the one by the tapestry.
Oh,
Yeah, what's on the tapestry?
It is so just old and tattered and worn by the weather. There's no way to know.
Okay, he's gonna just pull it off.
Okay. Boop. It's a statue. It is an iron statue, and it depicts a figure in a long cloak with a hidden face beneath a cowl. In its hands, it holds a small, rusty iron tablet with the following words engraved upon it: Patron or Pod.
what do you suppose that means?
What does it say?
It says patron or pod, but or is spelled ORE. He's gonna go and see if he could remove the rusted tablet.
It does not budge.
It's probably some code. Unfortunately, reading it backwards only gives us dope Rono Rotop. But
Well, perhaps you could be on the right track here. It could be a word scramble at the very least.
and it doesn't look like there's any words that have like worn out over time.
Nope.
Does the words patron or pod sound linguistically like a certain language? Is it evocative of a certain language?
Nope. Just common. Common in quotation marks, asterisk, all that.
So, are we thinking it's an anagram then?
It could be. Here's the puzzles for elementary schoolers pulling an entire
Yes,
party of
this
adults.
is for second graders. Like
Oh,
they always tell
no.
you to get.
All right. So this is the thing. I'm really good at anagrams in real life, and I think I know what it says, but my character would not.
I have put in motion that if you know it, your character knows it.
All right. It says open trap door.
Clap, 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 clap.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's a trap door somewhere in here. Is there like any handles or anything like around the statue?
No.
This reminds me of the game Scrabble.
Does it look like the statue can be moved?
All right, if you're looking around it, it looks like there's markings on the floor as if something moves.
Puck will wave his hand to Elaine and is like, hey, come help me with this.
Elaine, who's been kind of waiting, not like very far outside the door, but outside with Zachriel's gonna turn and look and kind of give a like, are you coming? Kind of look as she goes in and moves over to the statue. What did you need, Puck?
Come help me push this.
Oh, where are we pushing it to?
He'll point to the marks on the floor, so we're pushing it this way, and he'll point in the direction the marks go.
Okay. Elaine's gonna square up. I already have advantage on athletics checks.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's right.
So, what is each of your strength scores?
I'm at a 16.
I'm at an 18.
Okay, and we'll say that the advantage on it would give you like a +5 bonus. You two are pretty sure combined effort should be working, and it's not. This thing's not even like toppling. There's not even like the sound of the floor cracking like you would expect it to if it was like flush with the floor.
After a minute of trying to push it, Elaine's going to look at Puck and just look like
Yeah.
you'll see hopeless, and I'm sorry. I should be able to move this.
No, same. I thought with me and you together, we'd definitely be able to.
Dear me, seems like even with your combined strength that you're having trouble moving that. I dare say not even our ogre friends here would be able to move such a thing.
Zachriel, come inside. We don't want you catching a cold.
What is Sacriel doing?
He's kind of just like chilling at the door.
If you chilling at the door, you are gonna notice just kind of what plant life does exist out here is scarce. Very deep green. And give me a quick nature check, s'il vous plaît.
Sure. Seven?
You're not sure what it is. You do have a feeling more that it's probably not something you should touch.
With that as well, does it kind of look like this all around, or is there like any other like locations of interest at all? Kind of thinking like it's possible that they didn't even get inside the tower. Maybe something else happened along the cliffside or something like that.
You're talking 20 years ago.
Okay.
Anything that would have been there that would indicate that would have been destroyed by the weather.
Or like I was thinking like possibly someone made a grave or something like that, but
Oh,
sounds like that probably didn't happen. But like
if there was
like
a
one
grave
person
marker,
fell, but yeah,
it was removed.
Okay.
Because you do not see anything, not any kind of dirt mound, rock mound, not even a stake in the ground.
yeah, we'll come inside.
Mr. Puck, do we know why we're trying to move it? I mean, could we just ask it to move?
I mean, we could try. This is a sorcerer's tower. It might be magic. Open trap door.
It does not budge.
Rick, do you have the ability to detect magical essence?
Unfortunately, I haven't primed myself to do that in quite some time. Most I could do is lay a mage hand on it and see if that worked.
The sorcerer's tower. I can't do that myself today, for the foreseeable future, but I can. And Moran blinks, and the irises around his eyes flicker and glow a bit as he casts see invisibility to see if this trapdoor is invisible.
What you see is no change. As far as you can tell, it isn't invisible.
Well, nothing hidden from plain sight.
Can I do an investigation check on the statue real quick?
Sure.
Just see if there was anything else on it. Or perception, actually.
Either one works.
Perception. Hey, guess what? I'm gonna use my inspiration and re-roll that.
You sure can.
So a 16.
Okay. It's taken you a minute. You were getting frustrated, and then you just kind of zoned in. It looks like each of these letters can be pushed.
All right, so he'll push it in the order for open trapdoor.
And just like that, the statue just completely glows. Each letter glows as you push it. And as it does, it just pivots over to the left and reveals a trap door, the descending spiral staircase underneath.
Rick's going to give Puck a pat on the back. Excellent job, sir. It's good to know that you're both a scholar as well as a gentleman.
Well, hopefully this is not the first of many puzzles. And he'll start heading down the trapdoor.
If this person's anything like the other wizards I know, it's probably full to the brim with them.
And as you open this thing just smashes your senses with must and dust and just that old smell. Like when you go into an attic and someone hasn't been up there to clean it in like a decade, it's worse. It's awful.
And then you find the dead body in the attic, and you're just like,
you take a hot minute to just like prevent yourself from like heaving and coughing like it's going out of style.
Tony, this is an improvement. Before we were just smelling ogre feces.
But now you have a mixture.
I don't know. If
you
it was
you
a
were
blast
about to
of
be
air,
you were about to be nose blind, and now you're not. So but these steps are narrow and incredibly steep. This is a very treacherous staircase. Almost like someone wouldn't even bother to take the stairs with magic.
Does Puck actually fit down that staircase then?
Yes, it is quite a squeeze, and even like Min and Full look at you and they're just like, never seen it do that before. And just kind of go back to chewing and eating.
If you're going first, I'd like to follow you. I can see quite far in the dark, and now with my spell on, I can look out for you, an extra pair of eyes.
So, quick thing, I'm just going to move you all to one spot. Just like, but I would like every person. So who is first?
That would be Puck. Puck would be first.
So it's Puck, followed by
Moran.
Followed by
I'll go third.
Followed by
Rick will go fourth.
Followed by
Elaine's gonna look at Sacriel, like just curious. And she'll get a weird look on her face, and she's going to look over at the ogres. I apologize if the question is rude. How high can you count?
Pretty high. I think. I don't know. I haven't really. Can't say I've tried going super high. It's not really a need.
Hmm.
Stands on a table. 1, 2. I can count this high.
Elaine's gonna look at Sacriel. Just worried in case we don't come back up. We could send someone for help, but I don't know if that'll work.
I'm not sure. Well,
Would you like
Tess
to go
knows we're
first?
here. You can go.
Okay. And Elaine will go next.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Don't mind me. I'm only rolling for the fun. Oh, hi, Elaine.
Mhm.
Could you please roll me a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
As you
So
as you go,
here's
just
a question though, because I have a trait with that.
Mhm.
Is it something I can see? Because I'm not
Mhm.
blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. Okay, then I have advantage on it.
Yeah, the step just as you go, like you're getting a little used to these steps, and out of nowhere it just lowers itself by a few inches. You miss your step and you go to put your full weight on it, and you're like, I'm feeling you're about to tumble, but you're good.
Okay.
And then
She'll kind of catch herself and look back at Sacriel, like eyes wide.
Careful.
Yeah. Watch this one.
Moran, not too long afterward. Oh my god. You take a step, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Is it the same thing?
Yeah, the step magically lowers, and also thank you very much, Mr. Saito.
Dexterity saving throw. All right.
Ooh, a curse.
16.
A 16. You are good. You're like, oh, magic.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna roll my angle.
You okay there? Right.
I just need to fix the heels on these boots.
Okay.
And then, Rick, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
That was going to a 17, and then it dropped to a 3.
A 3.
Yep, so that's 7.
A 7. Okay. Rick, like the others, you go to put your full weight on a step that just magically lowers, and you fall forward, running into Nim. Nim, I would like you to make a dex save.
Oh.
Or Rick is about to just put his full weight into you, and you're also gonna go
Uh-oh.
tumbling.
Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, I'm not proficient in these. Oh, this is not gonna go well. 12.
Dim, you're gonna go
Dominoes.
tumbling. So, Moran, I need you to make a dex save as well. This is dominoes, everybody.
Yep.
What the?
Oh my god.
No, I'm not
no.
strong. I can't hold my
The
weight.
three
All right.
stooges.
I can
Here we
barely
are.
hold my own.
Fuck, you have 3
All right.
bodies coming towards you.
Can I make, instead of a dex save, make the argument to make a strength save since I'm going to be catching these people?
If you're going to try catching them, yes.
Okay. That's a 22.
Okay. Catching them, you will take the 3 damage instead of them all
right.
taking 4 damage. As you just have several hundred pounds, I assume, from 3 people smashing into you out of nowhere. And you kind of like take a quick step back as you're rearing the bottom and just smash your back into the wall, catching them.
Oh, sorry. It's a bit slippery on these stairs.
It's all right. It's all right. Is everyone else all right?
That was a squeeze. That was a big squeeze.
Oh, I think it may have thrown out my back a bit.
I might have thrown out my hip.
Well,
I think I just threw up a little bit.
As you all finally hit the descent, you can see, even through your dark vision, cobwebs fill this corridor, hanging thickly from the walls. You see small black spiders, dozens of them, just scurrying across these cobwebs. In the midst of it all, you see a still human shape sitting against the wall. Roughly, yeah.
Because invisibility is contingent with sight, and I can see pretty far. Is there anything invisible along the wall? Anything in that line of sight?
Currently, no. However, there are fun little things in the sticky cobwebs that you're each going to somehow magically reach for because plot and donations. Let's see.
Plotty donations.
Plotted donations. So, let's start with Elaine. Elaine, you find something very interesting. Very, very interesting. A cleaver. A very large cleaver. An elaborately made cleaver that channels any and all bloodlust you have. It is a +2 hand axe, and when you hit with a ranged attack while you're raging, you can add your rage damage to it. And it immediately comes back to you.
Yeah,
In
Elaine's.
addition,
Oh, go for it.
while you're raging and you chuck this, you get an additional attack with it by throwing it.
Elaine's going to see the cleaver, and she'll kind of furrow her brow at it a little bit and go, that looks just like can't be. And reach out and grab it, kind of pulling it out through the webs, and just be looking at it very carefully and go, no, of course it wasn't. It's rather nice, though. Are we okay to just take stuff?
I mean, whoever's it was, they don't need it anymore.
Okay. And she'll put it on her belt.
Puck, you're a fighter. Okay.
Or so the story goes.
Because were you in last session?
I was.
Okay. Please roll me a d10.
A 10.
Cool. You find a very interesting little thing. You get a strange jar with an eyeball in it. The shifters shine. It makes you appear more glamorous. For an hour, your skin complexion clears, you appear healthier, and your skin grows more taut. Your face, while largely unchanged, is distinctly more attractive and exudes a weak aura of enchantment. Making charisma checks, you can forego rolling on the d20 to get a 10 on the die. This isn't uncommon, so you are also able to cast the Alter Self spell for an hour with no concentration required. Next up is Sacriel. If you could, what are you again? For your class, Sacriel.
Dealer's choice.
Okay. You find a pack of gum. You want a dealer's choice? You
Yeah.
get the pack of gum.
It's like a pack of gum.
This delicious gum, it comes in a pack of 5. And they can be blown to make bubble gum bubbles. You have to chew it for a minute, and once it's been chewed, you can use it to cast a levitate spell. You do not have to do concentration, but it does end early if the bubble takes any damage, or after 10 minutes. You can also put it on another creature within 5 feet of you, or object, if you're trying to lift it. Next, we have Moran. You are a sorcerer?
Indeed.
1 or 2?
2.
Okay. You find a sash. It's a one-shouldered robe made from fine fabrics that have been steeped in powerful magic. It has 5 charges. When an ally that you can see within 60 feet, you cast a spell while you're wearing it, you can use your reaction and expend a charge or more to twist the spell with one of your own meta magics without spending your sorcery points. The number of charges is equal to the number of sorcery points you would have spent. And let's see. For our bard, the only other current bard thing I have, you find a fancy little sword. It's a long sword that has lute strings that run along the blade. Mr. Charlemagne. You are proficient with it as long as you're attuned to this sword. And it has the finesse property. It's +2. In addition, you whenever you use a Narcotic Inspiration, the sword reverberates, and the next time you hit a creature, it deals an extra d6 thunder. And lastly, Nim. I obviously do not have anything for that specifically.
That makes sense. It's all good.
Because it's a custom class. So we'll go for more ranger. So you find some goggles. The Blood Scryer's Oculus. While you're tuned, you're unaffected by visual obscurity such as fog or smoke. It can see 6 feet in magical and non-magical darkness. You have advantage on perception checks that rely on sight. And it is imbued with spells such as Hunter's Mark, Locate Creature, and Scrying. Casting a spell through them does not require concentration, but only once a day. Also, you have to see their blood to use these spells. We will come with curses and boons in a mill. But what would you all like to do now that you have stolen from the spider's webs?
I like to think that Nim probably would have just apologized to the spiders for disturbing their webs and everything, considering he can cast speak with animals at will. It's like, hey, sorry, we're just moving.
Looks like a most fortuitous boon by the gods.
Perhaps, or a massive storage unit for whoever, whatever might be here. There's one body up there. It seems a little too easy for that to be what we're looking for, but it's worth a shot to look, yeah?
Oh yeah. And Puck's gonna, with that mention, he's gonna go up and check the body.
Yep.
Okay.
My eyes are peeled for traps.
As you're doing so, you are like either having to just break through these cobwebs, slash through them, whatever you're doing, which you will invoke the wrath of spiders. As obviously there are two swarms of spiders on you.
So there's spiders on me.
Oh, they're everywhere, but they are especially on you for hacking and slashing and making your way through walking fast. Spiders past. And they're on you. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Oh my god.
If you could roll me the quickest of initiatives. Oh, hot damn.
I don't know why mine's not adding, but it's 5.
I don't know where you are, Mr. Nim. All right. Ron got a 10. All right. So Elaine, you are going to be first.
As she moves to put this cleaver like on her hip, I think she sees some of the spiders kind of like scuttling down from the ceiling, and will let out a little yelp and is going to take a swing with this new cleaver that she got. A 16 to hit.
It sure does.
Took 8 slashing damage.
All right.
And she's going to call out to the rest of the party. Careful, they're everywhere. And that's my turn.
All right. This swarm will also come onto you, Puck, because, why wouldn't they? And we're going to bite. A 13 to hit. An 11 to hit.
Nope.
Sad. All right, we go to Sacriel.
So just to make sure I understand what's going on here, there's a big swarm. There's 2 big swarms of them on Puck, who's ahead of us in a very tight corridor.
Oh yeah, he is just covered in spiders.
But there are small numbers of them close to us. There isn't any. I assume there isn't any way I can hit them melee from where I am.
If
or
you
they could do the same to me.
You would have to like move up.
Okay. Zagreel's just gonna chill in the back. I'll let if anyone wants to see what he's doing, they can make a check.
What kind of check?
I don't know. Insight. But he's not really voicing any battle cry or commands or anything. That's his turn. He's just gonna stay in the back.
Okay. The next swarm tries to bite Puck. Oh no, never mind. They already did. That was before. They don't have multi-attack. Haha, Nim.
All right, cool. So wherever the biggest swarm of spiders is, he is going to give a quick whistle to Meldo, and he is just going to fly up to it. Nim is going to forego his attack, so this little owl is going to get 2 attacks and use a shred attack to try to get these spiders. So let's see how the first one goes. Does a 10 hit?
10 does not hit.
Great, cool. All right, let's try it again. 17.
That will hit.
All right, for 9 slashing damage.
All right.
That's all I got.
Killing them spiders. Moran.
Spider, spider, go away. Please don't come back another day. Firebolt. 16.
A 16 will hit.
7 fire damage.
All right, and as you shoot it, you see like little sparks kind of helping burn some of the spider webs away. But since it obviously wasn't your main target, there's still plenty of webs.
That'll be it.
Okay.
Elaine's
Rick.
gonna try and call up through the hallway. We should try to move quickly if we can.
My turn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry about that. Because I don't think they're going to be affected by vicious mockery.
Only one way to find out.
I mean, to be fair, it says it doesn't need to understand me, so let's give vicious mockery a try. Your spotters better leave, or we're gonna wash you out. They can make me a wisdom save. DC
As we all
13.
know, spiders are very notoriously wise. They got a 4.
Very wise.
They're gonna take 3 psychic damage, and then they
Mhm.
have disadvantage on their next attack roll.
Okay. Puck.
He's gonna want to get out of this hallway, so he's gonna force his way through the rest of the cobwebs.
Okay.
Yeah, over to
Oh man. Of course I had disadvantage on that one. So I don't suppose a 4 or a 13 hits.
nope. So yeah, he's gonna move to there. Do the spiders go with him or no?
Nope. They just stay in your space and try to bite you as you jet.
Nice. And then for his attack action, angle it like that. He's gonna use his breath weapon. So yeah, he's gonna angle it so it's gonna hit them, but also go into the wall and stop there, so it doesn't travel down further.
Okay.
So
What do they need?
They need to hold on because I have to check this item again to make sure to do a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. I got a 7 and a 15.
Let me make sure. So the higher the 2 numbers make it. So they're gonna that part will take half damage, and we're gonna do. He's gonna because hey, we hit level 4. I got a feat, so they're gonna take that plus an additional D6 because I'm gonna spend it in PowerPoint. Make sure it was 1D6 real quick because it's a new feature. Don't want to do it wrong. Oop. Right. Never mind. It's 2D6. Yay. Glad I checked. And they're going to take an additional 6 damage. And then
Right, the one-
Go ahead.
One of them, you just breath, and like their minds just explode as they just. You just hear just like the fall. Like I don't know if anyone else here has ever had like a large amount of just like insects fall to the ground. Just of like rain, like heavy rainfall. That's what happens to a lot of them because they die.
All right. And that's all I can do for now.
Okie doke. Elaine.
Elaine is going to, following her own advice, scurry up through the group to get to the other side of this swarm, taking a swing at it as she goes. 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
8 slashing damage.
All right.
And that's my turn.
All right. And you see them disperse. What little that remains. Because they're like, no, not today.
Not today.
Ron will watch as Elaine kind of like shivers as the like her cleaver hits down and they kind of scurry away. And she'll look up and just and shake herself off as she follows Puck into the room.
You'll see Puck in there like dusting underneath his jacket, shaking out his shirt. Got them all off me.
I'll let the others pass me if they want, but I want to see what's the leg about.
The leg.
You mentioned the leg
maybe
and
the body
that
that's in
we
the hall.
saw?
Yeah.
Oh, the body. Yes. But we are going to take a quick break right before we check that out. So stay tuned if you want to know about some weird leg, okay? Welcome back, everybody, to Emerald Expeditions, as we just fought a bunch of spiders. And now Emran is going to open up a webbed person.
I feel as though that is a quite different approach than what was.
It's like grave robbing, but easier.
Just take the wand out, prod.
So it doesn't give, obviously, from it's like taut to the body. It almost looks mummified.
And it's just like leg, as in like what?
Oh, no, it's a person. It's a whole ass person.
What stage of mummified, as in like are there still some features that are discernible, or it's like full on like it's gone, that body is just like full?
You could differentiate between upper and lower part of the body, but a lot of it seems to have like it's not like, oh, hands are like this in the mummified state. It is like like decrepit, broken, like god damn it.
Is
It was as if they basically fell and then it was wrapped up there.
I see the stairs have taken another victim.
If by stairs you mean spiders.
From the stairs
Oh.
to the spiders.
Spider stairs.
Kev, did you open it or did you just look?
I looked at it. I had no I don't know what like I guess the reference was to open. I thought it was just like what would you technically open?
Well, because we're looking for the one woman's remains. So, and with that thought, Puck will go over, pull out a hand axe, and just slice the webbing open.
What you find is the corpse of a just entirely drained female half-elf, dressed in rotting leather and a cloak. There are a pair of rusty short swords and a couple of lockpicks. as well as a belt with a purse.
He's gonna take the lockpicks, put them into his bag.
There
Two,
are three.
check the belt and for the purse. See if there is anything that identifies this person.
What identifies them is that they had a sizable amount of money on them.
How much?
32 gold and 50 silver. From what you can tell by looking at this corpse, it's very old, but you could not tell how this person died.
Puck's gonna call out. He's like, "Do we know what race she was? By off chance?"
She was a wizard. Is there a wand?
That's not a race.
I don't know what race she was, but I know she was a wizard. Does that answer your question better?
And he's gonna pull the body out from the webbing, hold it up. He's like, "Does this look like a wizard to you?"
Not one who has lock.
Does she have a wand on her?
I mean,
To be,
you're asking the wrong question.
Her
to be
spell book.
fair, we should probably just investigate the whole place, and any bodies that we find here, we should properly bury.
Moran,
I agree with that.
Elaine, and Rick. Where you are at currently is a sitting room. There are a pair of dusty old divans near the middle of this small chamber. The walls are covered with gray stucco. Carved into the stucco in high relief are hundreds and hundreds of eyeballs. The eyeballs all pivot and look at you as you came in and stay here. Even every little movement, you see these eyes shift towards you. And a noxious odor comes from the west corridor.
So right here, yeah.
Yeah.
Elaine's gonna cover her nose, like a weird smell. She's not gonna try and breathe that in. And it's gonna go over to the wall that's looking at it. Like they're just carvings, right?
From what you can tell, yeah, but they follow you.
Yeah, she's gonna tap the tip of her cleaver on one of the eyes and see what happens.
As you do, you see the eyeball immediately swell and explode in shrapnel, and I need a deck save from you.
Cool. I get this advantage because I could see it. This one, two. An 18.
All right, only one little bit just kind of like nicks you very lightly, and you'll take 1 piercing damage.
It'll kind of like whiz past and she'll wince and touch her cheek and look at everybody. Maybe we shouldn't touch the walls. They're angry.
I believe you're right.
I'm gonna align with the hallway. Can I tell what's at the end of the hallway from the source of the smell?
It looks like there's something circular in the center, and it's raised, so it's hard to tell.
Quick question: when that eye exploded, did shrapnel damage the other eyes around it, or was it just the one?
Just the one.
Okay.
Because as I said, there are hundreds upon hundreds of them in here.
So Puck with that body, he's gonna like walk with it extended in front of him over to here in the middle of the room, go to the red stair, and it's like, just in case this is her, we're gonna come back this way and set the body onto the chair in the sitting position.
Elaine's going to look down the hall and towards the rest of the party. Are you all coming?
Yeah.
Be careful of the walls. They have eyes and they're angry. And there's a weird smell coming from that direction.
Can't say I've ever seen decor like this.
I haven't been in very many wizards' towers.
The closest I've had to this type of experience was my old neighbor when I grew up. Her house had statues to Paylor. I swear, everywhere I went, the eyes just follow you everywhere.
As the story starts, he's just going to start walking down the hallway.
Okay. As you do, you notice there is a 3-foot high circular stone pool in this room, filled with putrid water. You see a dark shape at the bottom of the pool. This smell is nauseating. I don't know if you've smelled stagnant, putrid water before. Okay. If anyone here has smelled bog water or swamp water, and you get like that really noxious bubble from when you put your boot in the mud and it just does that slurp in the bottom and you get all that gunk smell, it's that.
And you said there was something visible at the bottom of that?
Yeah, a small dark figure.
How deep is it?
From what you can tell, probably at least 20 feet.
Yeah, I would rather not anyone try to go in there. I do have a net. We want to try to net something out.
Curious question. The bubble gum we got. Will that bubble protect you from the water?
I mean, you can float over it.
I mean, it's technically the levitate spell. You could levitate through water.
Is it not my understanding that you can only go up and not down? If it's
Well, yes, but
water.
once you're over the water, then the floor of the water is 20 feet down.
It does say don't chew after swimming, though.
Wouldn't this be before swimming?
And wouldn't the bubble pop if you have to grab another person or item? I say throw the net down. Why not?
All right, cool. So Nim will attach probably just some rope, as most adventurers have at this point, to one of the nets he has. Kind of puts it together. I can use my trap making ability, which would take a minute if I need to do that instead. But it's weighted as a trap net would be. You can try to lower it down and net whatever that dark figure is down there and reel it back up.
Yep. Yeah, you can. Would you like to spend the minute?
Yeah, I'll spend a minute.
Okay. That minute, would anyone like to do anything besides cuddle their cats for hope and prayer? Okay. If not, Nim, as you go to throw your net, it does start to sink pretty rapidly. And then something starts to whip out and lash at you. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh no. All
as
right,
a form appears
Oh,
out of it.
hello, water weird. Oh, I like these guys. They're very cool.
That name.
I gotta click on my token first. Ooh, all right.
Rick, what did you get?
10.
A 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's apparently incredibly dexterous and gets to go first. Nim. It critically missed you. Apparently, your net kind of rippled its water and it was unable to grab at you. It is now your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, I am going to attempt to speak Aquan towards it, as the elves can do, and just say, I am so sorry. I didn't know this was your well here. If we get out of your space, we won't bother you. We can end this peacefully. We don't want to attack you.
Give me a quick Arcana or Nature check.
Ooh, okay. Could I potentially use my bestiary ability to get advantage on this to recall facts about them?
Have you dealt with elementals in the past?
I mean, at least water elementals, I would say so, as is the elf
Okay.
who's been in this.
Then I'll give it to you.
All right. That would make a 19 then.
So this is a water elemental, but water weirds aren't typically capable of speech.
Oh, all right, cool. Good to know.
They are very much a lesser elemental that is typically bound to service.
Okay,
It's a little bit easier to control when they can't talk.
that's very true. And kind of sad. Okay. Knowing that, can I proceed with my action then, or is that?
Yeah, no, go for it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do the same thing and forgo my attack for Meldo to use. So he's gonna go with two shred attacks. Going for it. Natural 20 for the first hit. Let's go. Let's go, little owl. Let's go. That is 11 points of slashing.
Is it magical?
Yes, he is a magical creature, so I think
Okay.
so. But what?
What the fuck?
Second natural 20. Let's go. Oh my god.
God damn.
A winged fury for 13 more damage.
Gee, god damn. That is some damage. What is the form of your companion?
So he's a little screech owl right now. So I'm seriously imagining, so like the net kind of goes up and there's this splash of water, and as like Nim's eyes are kind of shut for just a second as this is all transpiring, he just goes in, almost like if you've ever seen The Quest for Camelot, that little falcon that just kind of zips by and is attacking things. Very similar, just quick as the wind, just going at it.
Yeah. And I mean, it is just like affecting its form. It's having a hard time, like it's somewhat surprised that a little owl is affecting it. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that's all I can do.
Moran.
He's gonna just take out his wand and cast Ray of Frost.
Okay. What the fuck?
Wow! Back to back to back crit.
What?
Holy shit.
Roll 20.
I roll a natural 1. And then this happens.
Give me a second here. 13 damage.
13 damage. All right. And you see part of its body just kind of like freeze up and just kind of fall off outside of the pool.
Interesting. End of turn.
Puck.
So Puck, just seeing this thing come up, is gonna just swing at it with his non-magical glaive for a 15
That'll hit.
for 10 slashing damage.
Unfortunately for you, obviously it seems as less effective. You cut it, but it doesn't seem to affect its corporeal form. I don't know the word for it off the top of my head.
I get what you're saying though.
Physical?
Yeah. Is that the end of your turn?
No, I got a reroll for my breath weapon, which I get back now because of my new feat. I get it back on 5s and 6.
Okie doke.
And then I'm gonna spend an empower point, again, part of that feat, to use my breath weapon as a bonus action.
Okay.
So it's gonna need to make a wisdom saving throw. DC.
How big is your
13.
cone?
It's a 10-foot line, and I'm angling it into the well.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw 4.
So it fails. It's gonna take 11 psychic damage. On top of that, it is now affected by the Bane spell.
What?
Yep, because of that helmet you gave me last session.
Good job, B.
And so at the start of each turn, hold on, let me make sure. Got to go to the actual item real quick just to make sure. Yeah, at the start of each, the creature can make a wisdom saving throw against your breath weapon at the end of each of its turns. So it could remake the saving throw if it. But for now, any attacks or saving throws it does gets. What did Bane give?
I think like a minus D4.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Mhm.
bless, but reverse.
So yeah.
Alrighty. Elaine.
I want to make sure. Okay. Yeah. Elaine's like hearing the commotion. Was kind of walking over to look at the body, but almost like as you hear the like swell of water, her head will snap to the side, to see like these tentacles kind of coming up out of the party, and the folks that are standing in the room with her will see like her just stand like perfectly still for a second and then shudder, as I'm bonus action raging. And she'll take a couple of steps, start walking down the hall, and Rick will hear,
Rick, duck.
and she will throw the
Goosh.
cleaver down the hall at this thing.
Mhm.
Where'd it go? Right there. 14 to hit.
Oh, 14 will hit.
Sick. As it does, it'll do 8 slashing damage, but there's going to be behind Elaine, there'll be like a flash of a slightly taller figure in spectral form that will appear behind Elaine for a second, arms folded, and that's kicking in my ancestral guardians. So that thing is at disadvantage if it tries to attack anything other than me, and will give resistance to anything it tries to attack. Let me double check. Did it do?
That is correct.
Oh, and there will be an extra 2 to that slashing because
Okay.
it's my rage modifier, so it's 10 slashing. Sorry.
Yeah, and as you chuck your cleaver and bringing it back sends a resonance that the water weir just completely gets taken over by, and it just blows out and dies.
Elaine
Snag.
catches the cleaver and stands there, and again has that like eerie stillness to her. And if you look closer, you'll see like she's actually kind of twitching, and just staring at where the enemy fell.
If I could get Puck, Nim, and Rick to give me a quick con save, please.
Oh no.
Bog water.
It's a 13 for me.
Okay.
That's a 6.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to reroll. I mean, it went. I rolled a 2 and then I rolled a 5, so I guess that's better. But that's still a 7.
Okay. Rick and Nim, you two are retching for a turn. As this bog water just gets all up on you and kind of in your mouth, and you are just heaving. You are like trying not to vomit, and you're only slightly successful. Puck, you want to retch, and you're just like, I'm not gonna vomit. I'm not gonna vomit. The whole just trying to hold it back as hard as you can, and you're good. You got a little bit of sweat on your brow. You're like, nope, not right now.
All right. You know, in for a penny, in for a pound. And he's gonna jump into the water.
Okay.
So for reference,
just-
Puck
just
does
so
have
you
a swim
know.
speed and can breathe in water.
Okay.
Do you
I
want to
don't know if
breathe
you want
that
to
water
breathe this
though?
water,
Yeah.
but also that net is at the bottom.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, that's under the assumption. Did you hold on to the rope?
I mean, probably, maybe.
Oh well, already
It's
in it.
50 feet.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna go down to the bottom, grab whatever's there, and then swim back up.
I got yeah, so at the bottom that net is covering a what looks like a halfling's body.
While I'm at the bottom, might as well make an investigation check to see if there was anything a wizard would have.
You don't really need to. It's just a really nasty, like you actually kind of feel a slight burning sensation in your eyeballs.
It's not
Chlorine.
chlorine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
so this is my question, Tony, because he is the half dragon is bronze dragon. Bronze dragons have those things that go over their eyes in water.
Oh, yeah, I guess if you have like the beaver eyelid thing going on. Let's say instead of
They're like
burning, it's a
goggles.
tingling sensation. What it looks like is a male halfling, from what remains, wearing
Yeah.
rusty chainmail and a sword, and he also has a purse.
I'm gonna check the purse.
God damn. Yeah.
Always
so
loot corpses first.
So
Finders
he-
keepers.
he is a cheapskate. He has only 30 silver, 53 copper. However, he has a moonstone worth 10 gold.
Moonstone. Okay. He's definitely gonna pocket those. Wrap the body in the net and then tug the rope twice.
Yep.
And then just start swimming up. And like as he comes out of the water, he's gonna push himself and be like, "Oh, I regret that."
You
I
fucking
would too.
reek.
He's gonna like wipe some of the sludge off his face and just flick it to the side.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a bath after that, bud.
While that's
So-
going on, Rick's gonna go over to Elaine, noticing her reaction, and say, "Everything okay there, Miss Elaine?"
Elaine will kind of blink hard a couple of times and look up at you. Yes, everything's fine. Sorry, I just got a funny feeling.
I see. Well, it's a good thing that funny feeling worked in our favor then.
Yeah.
I prestidigitate the smell off Rick, clean him up while he's talking to Elaine. I'm
Oh,
like,
I'm prestidigitating myself.
let's make it faster. Not fast enough.
Scrub me down.
Same thing when Nim and Puck come around.
Oh,
Steam
thank
clean.
Sacriel and Moran and Elaine, what are you three doing while they were having, the Olympian swim?
I think Elaine would have recovered and she would have peeked down this other direction to see what way we can go, looking over to Sacriel, and kind of nodding her head down the hall. Should we take a look?
Would this be happening before Rick had come back and said that already, or because you phrased it in a weird way, GM?
I'm
made
assuming
it seem
this
like it was
is-
before that happened or after that happened. I could not tell.
I think this is after I talked to her, and then me and Moran start prestidigitating myself.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, Sacriel kind of looks a little bit frozen, stunned at that, and kind of will have been looking you up and down. And
Something wrong?
who is your friend?
My friend? I mean, I've only known Mr. Rick and Mr. Puck. Well, and Nim.
The one that was standing behind you.
Elaine will kind of look behind herself.
Not now. Before, when you threw your axe.
There was someone there?
We all saw it, right, DM? Or would it be
Elaine,
a
would they have seen it?
Yeah, there would have been a flash of like a male figure, but it was behind Elaine.
Rick was busy dodging that axe coming down the hallway.
Yeah, there was. It looked like you, but bigger and a guy.
Like me? Like a halfling?
Tell me if that's right or not. I assume that was right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then yes. Yeah, I mean he was taller than you, but he looked like he was a halfling.
I don't know. You'll see Elaine's cheeks will start to like kind of like you can see that she's uncomfortable, uncertain of like kind of how to talk about whatever she's trying to communicate. It's just sometimes I get the feeling when things get dangerous or scary. I guess I've never seen anybody show up because of it though. Are you sure you weren't seeing something like a ghost maybe?
I mean, maybe I was seeing a ghost. I saw something though.
Sacriel's right. There was a entity ? Not too sure.
But I don't mean to pry, but I've had a similar thing. A presence that comes up when there's danger around sometimes. But mine seems a little more straightforward and vocal to me.
What do you mean?
He kind of yells at me, but not undeservingly.
Do you get the feeling?
Yeah.
Like
another
like
presence.
No, like
No?
like sometimes when you're just going about your business, and something happens that like is scary or dangerous, the feeling
I suppress it most of the time. Kind of why I was staying in the back. I don't.
That's why I stay in the back.
You don't act a lot, but eventually comes out, and when it's out, it's out.
Yeah. You'll see as Elaine's eyes are kind of like filling with tears, is like, and she'll kind of wipe at her eyes a little bit. Zachariel, could we talk about this more later? I've never known anybody outside my family to have the feeling.
Me either. Let's talk about it later. I think everyone's done
Yeah,
with their
exactly.
swimming.
Yeah, you can smell it.
Puck's just in there like, it's in my mouth, it's in my mouth.
Yeah, and he's actually going to go to Rick and pull out one of the pieces of bubble gum and hand it to you, and another one to Nim, because you guys are both vomiting, and he's like, I think this will maybe take the taste out of your mouth.
Damn, why didn't I call it blubber gum?
I said bubble. My speech is slurred. I'm sorry. Bubble gum.
No, now I need to trademark it. Fuck.
Thank you, Sacriel.
If it's all the same to you, I'll hold on to this piece. He'll basically pull out like a bottle of wine from his pouch and take a swig.
That's fine. As far as I can tell, as long as you keep chewing it, it doesn't work until you're ready to blow. You could chew it forever.
To be fair, there's only so many things I'll put in my mouth.
Apparently that water was one of them.
Oh, not by choice.
Noted.
Well, standing here next to him, two bodies isn't necessarily the greatest way to have these conversations. How about we move on?
Yeah, I think we have a hallway here that Elaine was pointing out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Elaine's eyes are now just like like she was curious about Sacriel, like sensing another shy soul, but now she's like, this homie is not leaving my sight.
All right. Who wants to go first?
Oh, Puck will definitely be going first.
Onwards.
It's the nature of this place.
As you get to the end, the floor of this room is extremely dusty. And you kick up thick clouds as you enter. If you enter, please give me a con save.
Nice. Another 6.
You went from vomiting, you are coughing.
Oh, great, cool.
Now. Puck, you're close to coughing, much like the vomit. You're like, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna cough.
Just gonna hold my breath for a moment, let it go, and then just do a hard exhale to push as much dust away to breathe in again. Just creating like gaps to breathe in.
Well, you can see like right when you walk in, it's like right in front of you, and you're like, how did I miss this? It seems like there's a body on the floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the body and search it.
All right. As you do, God bless, please open. A fun friend's gonna pop out for you. And he's gonna try to claw your face.
Oh no.
You can try.
God, I cannot roll. Got a 9.
Doesn't hit.
Of course not. I'm gonna assume you're gonna stab him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's an 8.
He surprised you, and he was like, oh shit, what did I get myself into to miss? You're just like, what in the hell? Go to swing and you miss.
We're just both standing there awkwardly looking at each other like, well, Now what?
Does anyone here speak Terran?
No.
Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Tearing my heart.
Well,
No, but if you hum a few bars.
technically, I speak primordial, which I mean, I guess encompasses all of the four sub.
Yeah, you can roughly look out. Another one kind of pops out of the dust, and just kind of smacks the other one on his giant nose. Like, how in the hell did you miss? Look at it.
I'll press to digitate captions for Puck.
God damn it. At this, they're just like kind of arguing, just like, how did you? So why didn't you help? Well, I shouldn't have to help. Just look at this gigantic thing. How did you miss? It's like, well, I don't see you doing anything. Well, I don't see you even being useful. And they just start getting like at each other. They start talking about each other's lives and just like getting shitty about it. Just the whole time.
So, anyways, while they're doing that, I'm gonna go back to searching the body.
Yeah, they're currently paying you no mind. What you can find is a decomposed human, male, and rusty chain with a mace and silver holy symbol.
What's the holy symbol look like?
Give me. It looks like a rose and a sheaf of wheat.
Would Puck know which god that is too?
Give me a religion check.
Religion. I'm great at that. 14.
Yeah, this is very much the usual sign of Shantea, the Earth Mother. They also have a purse on them.
Also have what?
A purse.
I mean,
This whole adventuring group just
dude.
has Hello Kitty purses.
do I even need to say it at this point?
You do.
No, I'm gonna take what's in this purse.
14 silvers. What would anyone else like to do as you all just kind of hear like what sounds like grating sand and you see like little light show coming out from, but you can't really see because of the dust.
Looking over to Nim. Relationship problems.
Oh,
But once again, I guess with the latter half of the spell waning, any invisible things, just in case.
Um,
Gotta keep an eye
Yeah.
out.
You do. You see something clinging to the wall down the hallway, down this way. A couple of them. They seem to almost camouflage themselves into what looks like a bunch of tapestries or murals.
I relay that to the party.
And you can give me a check in a sec when I find out exactly what it is. Because I don't know their type. An arcana or a religion check.
I will ask the question, would it be with advantage because I can see them? That help,
Have you
or-
dealt? Are you a wizard?
I'm a sorcerer.
Do you have the find familiar spell?
No.
Then I will not be granting you advantage at this time.
I will use inspiration to get advantage.
Okay.
there you go.
That doesn't help. Um,
Oh no.
11.
I'm inspired to fail.
11 is good enough. These are closet.
Oh, hey. I knew. There's some invisible closets down the hall.
Interesting.
You say this
Think
out
there's
loud.
Yeah, I tell them.
Good to know, is that right?
Well, yeah, walk into it by yourself and get like I don't know, hurt.
While this is going on, Rick notices something. He's going to go over to the wall in this room and make a check.
You don't need to if you see it.
Yeah. So
What you see, Rick, is a discolored eyeball. Instead of them being the gray stucco, this one is like a brass color.
does it look like an eye that moves around when I move?
It doesn't. It looks like
Rick's-
an eyeball, but it doesn't move.
Rick's gonna put his hand on it.
As you do, Zelda music. It opens part of the wall.
Mr.
What did you-
Sacriel,
What
I
did you
believe
do?
I found another way.
Seems like you have found that. Should try and stick together. Maybe let everyone else know.
Indeed. If you could inform the party, I'm just gonna keep an eye on here to make sure nothing comes down the way.
Saka will call forward to Elaine first, and then kind of get in the doorway and just let Nim know. I think we found a secret passage this way. Might lead us a different direction. Maybe more helpful. How's that dusty room going for you guys?
It's fine. It's not great for the lungs, but found some quarreling methods, it looked like.
Puck, we can hopefully evade other nuisances.
Question, DM, before we leave this room.
Mm-hmm.
Is that chest actually there?
You see, so in the southeast corner where you pretty much are, there seems to be 2 barrels of fetid water, a barrel of something because it's covered, and a wooden chest.
I'm gonna open that wooden chest.
Okay, it is unlocked, oddly enough. You find 5 robes. One is black, one is blue, one is red, one is yellow, and one is gray. You also find some really basic traveling clothes.
Okay. So it's black, blue, red, yellow, gray. Right?
Yep.
Okay. The other thing he's gonna do before leaving is he's gonna pick up the body and carry it out to the middle room, just to continue gathering all of them in that sitting area.
Okay. And is at this point that you just see the methods actually like about to claw each other. Because it just started like Imran can hear it. Just like it goes to like your mother, no, your father, and just like, you
What are they saying?
Jerry.
and they're just gonna start going at it.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Oh,
my ear.
no.
They talked my ear off, literally.
But yeah.
Well, I guess we'll leave them to it.
I explained to you as we like walk like down the hall. And then they said your mom, and then they said your father. Oh my goodness.
No.
I know.
How rude. I didn't think elementals could ever be so rude.
Well, they're quite emotional sometimes.
Oh, yes, but I believe I found a secret passageway down here. I'd prove advantage to check it out first before we continue down the way that our unfortunate predecessors went.
Yeah, there's some invisible closets over there, so they might attack us. We go down. Just it's never fun.
Well, let's see if there's a way around them with this.
You just going in?
Yeah.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Yep.
Before leaving the room, he's gonna dust off that body a bit and then set it
Mhm.
on the blue couch.
The whole gang's here.
Yep.
We're just getting the party back together.
Wow.
Oof.
So you have the smelly one and the dusty one on the blue couch, and then the half elf on the red couch.
Anything in the hallway, DM?
Just two empty sconces.
As we pass by the sconces, I will use press the dissertation to light them.
Oh no, they're empty.
Oh,
There
okay.
isn't anything to light.
And they're the only sconces like in this entire hallway.
Yeah, from what you can tell.
Yeah. If possible, Nim would like to check for traps.
Sure.
Okay. Like, I don't trust like that. And because of my new trap feature, I have advantage on checking for traps.
Sure.
Let's do that.
Let's
18.
do it.
You are, as far as you can tell, there are no traps.
Okay.
Do you need kindling? I have something to light up if we want to light them up.
Do we have any lights going on?
Like any torches?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's lit anything. I feel like we just relied on common sense up until this point. I believe. I feel like no one's lit anything up.
I mean, I do have a lamp.
Likewise.
Are you guys using them or holding them out? Or...
I mean, see, I haven't flavored that. That's how I have dark vision, because canonically he doesn't. So it's just this hip lamp.
Gotcha. That's fine. I just want to know if there's light around or not.
Hip lamp MVP.
To my understanding, the house rules was don't worry about dark vision. So I'm
Yeah,
assuming that
I
we
just
have.
flavored it that way, that
Yeah.
he has a lamp instead. So
The beacon's been lit.
Does it seem good, Mr. Nib?
Yeah, from what I can tell, it seems all right.
Well, then lead the way.
All right. Here we go. We're walking, and I'm scared as player.
We
Why
take
are
it
you
one square
scared?
at a time.
As you turn the corner, you see that a closed and probably locked rusty iron gate prevents access to a small room, which contains a stone chest.
Interesting. So, are there locks on this?
On
The gate.
On like the gate itself?
the gate, there is a single lock.
Should probably check that door for traps then too.
Yeah. Gonna go ahead and do that.
Do it.
22.
Again, as far as you can tell, there are no traps.
Okay.
neato.
Anyone particularly good at unlocking things?
I can give it a
That-
try.
I could
That
send
one.
you into the room.
Now at that point, Puck's gonna get on his knees and pull out his thieves' tools and just start picking the
Okay.
lock.
Although you'd have to make it back on your own, so I couldn't do that.
What do you want me to roll
you
for
still
that?
technically can't. Yeah, you have to roll for it.
You know,
It's
what do you
a
want for
sleight
that?
of hand for picking locks.
It is a dexterity check using thieves' tools. If you're proficient, it's a proficient dex check.
All right, I'm just gonna do it in stealth because I am proficient in stealth.
There you go.
22.
Nice.
Click, click, clack. It opens. Oh, it unlocks.
I imagine it was that automatopoeia. Exactly. Click, click, clack.
It opens and
Very,
unlocks.
very easy lock. Only like 3 tumblers in it. Oh yeah. He'll push open that gate.
As soon as you do, everyone must make a con save. As
Oh.
soon as you open that gate, a loud siren-like sound starts. This sound is worse than just some siren. It makes you start going mad.
Oh, this is not gonna go
So
well.
mad that Puck,
I'm gonna use my inspiration on this before you roll it. 19.
okay. Moran,
12.
and what did Ricky get?
Rick got a clean 20, so 22.
Okay. So Moran and Puck, this sound is so overbearing to your senses and neurological pathway. You have an unparalleled need to just smash your head into the wall to get rid of the sound clawing at your mind.
Okay.
As you will both end up just stopping and taking one whole bludgeoning damage. As you're just like banging your head enough to like start feeling it, Mr. Krabs. So
can
this
just
will be
be-
the first round that the siren is going. So what would each of you like to do in
Question.
like an overlay order?
Can I ask a question for you?
Yes, you may.
When you say siren,
Mhm.
there are 2 things, and I need to know which of the 2 things this is. Is this burp, 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 or is it?
It is the first one, but it is constant and not intermittent.
Okay, perfect.
One long bleep.
So Elaine, what would you like to do in this round?
Elaine's going to clap her hands over her ears because I don't think she's experienced anything like this. And given that would be really loud, and look back at Sacriel, like to be like, did we do that somehow? Like, kind of do the like, and she's going to yell up to the rest of the party, what's going on?
Yep. Sagria will just look at you, also confused. Probably say something, but I'm gonna guess he can't hear it over the
It's
other
hard
stuff.
to hear.
But he's gonna just cover his ears as well.
Yeah, Elaine's going to take a couple of steps forward because I mean we're all kind of crowded in this hall leading into the room, and she doesn't want to like leave, but she also doesn't want to try and crowd the room more. So I would say I'm holding movement to see what direction we ultimately end up needing to go.
Okay. Puck, you're smashing your head into this wall.
Yeah. Can I do anything else?
Yeah.
Is there like anything visible around like what triggered the alarm?
Only as soon as you open that gate.
I know, but I'm saying like, was there anything attached to the gate or anything like that? It was just all right.
Nope.
In the room ahead, is there anything that stands out as well?
Just the chest and 2 empty sconces like before.
He's gonna push forward.
Okay.
Despite the sound, he's just gonna move into the room and try to open the chest.
It's unlocked. It contains a lot.
Okay.
2,200 copper.
So 2,200, just to be clear, right?
Yep. 700 silver. 50 gold. 3 obsidians worth 10 gold a pop. 2 turquoise worth 10 gold a pop. 3 spell scrolls, glasses, and a potion.
Neato. All right, last question. Is the chest sealed to the ground in any way?
No, just super
Alright.
duper heavy because it's made of stone.
All right, I'm going to try to pick up the chest and leave the room.
What's your strength again?
18.
18. Okay. Well, say you're encumbered, but you're able to get it.
Okay.
It'll
is
be a half
encumbered?
speed.
Okay. So I move from there. So that's 5 feet. 7. And probably about. So I could probably move back to where Nim is.
Yeah, as soon as Puck is past me, Nim is going to try to close the door.
Okay. As you close the door, Nim, the sound stops.
All right, cool.
You all have a little bit of tinnitus for a hot minute, but it's not permanent right now.
What?
Is everyone all right?
What?
I said I'm not gonna yell. Oh, is everything all right? I'm not gonna yell into my mic.
Oh, I am. He's gonna like twist his head from the noise still kind of ringing in his ears. Fine, let's go away from here. And he's gonna try to like move along with that chest in his hands.
Oh my god.
Elaine's just gonna kind of step back out in the hall and like look nervously at everyone, but seeing that nobody's really injured, is gonna wait to see where we decide to go next.
What did you find in the chest?
As he brings it out into the middle of the room, he's just gonna drop it down. A few things: money, some scrolls, glasses. Look through it, and he's gonna sit next to on the red couch next to the body for a moment, just rubbing his temple.
Let me see if any of these scrolls can help us. I want to just see what each 3 of them are.
All right. So one is a scroll of dancing lights. One is a scroll of mage armor. And one is a scroll of misty step.
I will be transparent about what each scroll is. Anybody care for them?
Never say no to a scroll of mage armor myself.
I trust you all to make the right decisions. I'm not of the arcane persuasion.
Elaine watches to see what Sacriel says, because again, she's just very curious, but will shake her head no.
She shakes his head no as well.
And she yeah, there's like that weird like, yeah, no, me neither kind of like moment.
Did we say what the potion was?
How are you gonna check it?
I mean, he's gonna look at the potion and make an Arcana check.
It is red in color.
Oh.
Is it the same red as the healing potions that he has?
Probably.
Probably.
Because
what he's gonna do.
What do you have for kit proficiencies?
I only have smiths and thieves.
Okay.
So what he's gonna do is he's gonna open the new potion, open the healing potion, and give like a smell of the healing potion, a smell of the other one, and see if they smell the same.
They do.
Is there any visible difference between the two?
The size.
There's not.
Well, worst case scenario, this is a healing. Or best case scenario, this is a healing potion. How good it is, I have no clue. Worst case scenario, it's poison.
Maybe we should just hold on to it since we don't know.
Yeah. And he'll cork it and then put it with right next to his healing potion in his bag.
Rick's gonna take the goggles and take a look at them, try to figure out what they do.
Sure. Do you put them on?
Yeah, why not?
All right. So
Why not?
these are prism glasses. A pair of magical glasses that fit snugly to your face without needing to rest over your ears. They're made of minuscule prisms that amplify color in dim conditions. If you have dark vision while wearing these, you perceive color for the first 15 feet you see in darkness, instead of shades of gray. In addition, a colorblind creature wearing these can perceive color normally.
Oh,
Oh, that's so.
So now
awesome.
you can see that these couches are red and blue.
Could I not see them as red and blue before?
Not with regular old dark vision. You would have saw them as gray.
I see. Well, very interesting. Wonder if the color of these couches has any importance.
Yeah, they called
Oh.
it and like other colors in Dungeon Draft and said, fuck it.
accoutrement is important.
But weren't red and blue two of the colors of what we found in the chest prior? Not the coinage, the dust
Of
room.
yeah, the cloak. There was a blue and red one. There was also a black, yellow, and gray.
Hmm.
Did you take them?
Yes.
Are you showing them?
Yes.
Okay.
I would have taken out the blue and red ones at least.
Okay. You notice after like actually taking a moment, just like kind of showing them, the backs have symbols on them.
Is that something everyone can see, or just I can see with the glasses?
No, like you can actually see their color, but like now like you can see you, but now like if Puck does have his lantern.
Yeah.
So on the blue one, you see what looks like this symbol on the back.
Just to create, I guess, a sense of understanding, and I'll quickly pull out the dancing lights so everyone can at least discern. Like this one is from this one, this one's from that one.
On the back of the red one, you see this.
Upon seeing these symbols, Puck's gonna take out all the robes at this point.
Okay. You're going to notice that all of them have a different pictogram on them. No two robes bear more than one symbol for the colored ones. The gray one's different. The black robe has the triangle. You've already seen like the blue, the red. The yellow has what looks like an arrow almost. The third one, the gray, or I should say the fifth one, the gray one, has these symbols. Please ignore partial coloration of one because there is no other option, and I was lazy. There are three symbols. One appears to be three lightning bolts mixed with crashing waves and a diamond inlaid with a snowflake.
So a lot of organizations to all be here in one place.
I mean, different. Aside from at least what we have is descriptives of the various pictographs. Do we like? Is that something that goes to the characters as well? Like, is that something we just pick up and we just know?
On the pictograms, yes, it's everyone knows the history of the 4 cults of elemental evil.
Okay.
You know who these belong to for the pictograms. The symbols are a little hit and miss. Further investigation would be required. But no, the pictograms, everyone and their grandmother knows who these cults are and their symbolisms.
Mm. It looks like there was a room full of water, and you said up ahead there's a room full of dust.
We just came from a room with a screaming sound.
True.
Very potentially.
Lane,
So it
would you
sounds like
next?
we're missing a few rooms of elements. Perhaps it might behoove us to wear some of these. Maybe some of the entities would see us as members.
Would anyone like to attempt to identify the symbols?
Well, I can give it a shot.
Moran
It
would be
is-
interesting too. I'll give you advantage.
It is a religion check.
Okay. Not horrible.
Please
at
let me
it.
know
I
which
could do
one you would
better.
like to try.
I feel like Nim would be drawn to the blue the most, so it's probably going to go to that.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. Religion advantage. Thank you, Dev. 22.
22. You know that is a classic symbol of Umberlee. Most often worshipped by sailors or people traveling out of fear rather than actual devotee worship.
Do you want to keep prying into the other two?
It's worth a shot. It's very strange that all of this is kind of tying together, especially given how outside looks.
Going from the 4 to the 5th and that being 3 in its own is interesting enough.
All right. I will try the snowflake next.
Okay.
24.
Nice.
Okay. This is a classic symbol to Auril, the fickle, vain, evil deity of the northern wind and winters. Capricious, arrogant, and unpredictable. Violent and deadly.
Well, that gives 2 rather violent deities on the same cloak. Let's see what this lightning might mean.
Winter, water.
Oh, that's not as good. It's 10. Uh-oh.
Well, it'd be a 13, right?
Oh, well, 13. Okay.
Your boon is being utilized.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
You're pretty sure this is towards another god. You feel like there's a motif happening. The 3 lightning bolts isn't as widely used for the Storm Lord Talos. The Storm God. Umberlee has tried to take his portfolio. Instead, she had a romantic intertwining with him, from what you remember. The devotees of Talos bring forth storms to destroy everything in their path as a devotion to him. And it's never enough. And because you have gotten all 3 of these, you may now do an unlocked 4th check.
Okay.
Yes.
22.
Would you like to use one of your Saito boons?
Given that question, yes.
Knowing Umberlee, Auril, and Talos, the 3 symbols together is Very rare to see. They don't mix with other gods. They're actually typically accompanied with Malar. But with or without him, they are known as the Storm Furies. They will work together by necessity.
Yeah, they don't often work together unless they have to. And something may have brought them together here.
Bit rusty on my religion. Who is Malar?
Oh man,
Werewolves?
see, Heck the player knows. It's like I don't know if Nim knows that.
If you're not sure, you can always give me a religion check.
Okay, it's worth it. 15.
Malar is known as the Beast Lord.
Okay.
He's typically worshipped by evil wares that don't follow Shar. And they're just a bunch of weird druids and barbarians that like to kill people for sport. That's what you remember.
So we have 3 rather destructive deities, all associated with another deity that is, master of the hunt, especially of people.
Several cultists as well, dedicated to the various elements.
It's interesting how the elemental cultists then gather around the 3, but then there's the Storm Furies, but then the 4th is not necessarily, I don't know.
Yeah, Nim would like to investigate the bodies again with a more kind of like coherent eye now, kind of like getting into perspective everything else, any type of tattoos, anything that would indicate that they are associated with this at all.
I'm sorry.
Oh, am I too far
No,
from my
I totally just spaced for a second.
Oh no,
That's my fault.
You're totally fine. Yeah, Nim would like to, with a more like coherent eye, now that we kind of have a bunch of this in perspective, like look over the bodies again to find like any type of sign, marking, anything like that would tell us that they were associated with like any of these organizations or anything else.
They do not. In fact, the one had a holy symbol of Shantea, who would be directly opposed to Oro.
I think they were trying to stop this.
I mean,
Or they merely got caught into it.
I mean,
Possibly.
one of the first bodies we found had lockpicks, so they were probably here on a mission.
Yeah.
We still have to uncover the last room, so perhaps that would unveil some discrepancies.
Since we're in this room with these bodies, is there like any other like distinguishing marks on them at all? Perhaps looking for a pin or a patel on them?
Nope.
Okay.
They seem to just be a ragtag group of adventurers. Your typical rogue, fighter, cleric. Or possibly a paladin, but
Bright side. Only have one more body to find.
There could have been 5 of them.
Are the methods still fighting, or they leave?
so what you find of is that they're no longer there. And neither is like the choking dust.
Nice.
It's a thick layer on the floor.
It's a dummy thick layer.
But to your left, like how you didn't notice a cabinet of curios is beyond you.
A cabinet of curios. I guess I don't understand what that is.
A cabinet of just like a bunch
The-
of like random knickknacks and things.
Oh,
The
cool.
entire
Yeah.
western wall is dominated by a cabinet full of various curiosities. It includes shells, fossils, skulls, bones, minerals, insects, beetles, preserved organs, rodents, reptile skins, primitive tools, and weapons. Nothing is especially valuable on its own, but an antiquarian might pay a hundo for the whole collection. They may or may not go by a very specific name.
Let's collect a few things.
Yeah,
Thank you,
like it
thank
was
you
like
Purple.
all
You get
over.
inspiration for the reference.
Gone too. Oh my god.
Yay.
Yeah, no, it was like all over collecting the natural, like preserved samples of things.
Coolio. Are the friends hanging out there?
You do not see them.
Maybe the siren scared them away.
Or we don't see them anymore because if I had to guess, you can't see invisibility anymore, right?
Did it go away? If it went away, just let me know.
Yeah, by now. Or because it's how long does it last?
Like an hour.
I would say by now, yeah.
It's fine.
Um,
I will recast it.
you
Can't
do
take-
not see them.
Can't take no chance up in here. No, they're gone. Blinks again.
But on this hallway are enormous murals painted, each hanging a full 10-foot by 10-foot section.
Give me a quick second here. These murals, they're just hung.
Yes.
I can determine the monetary value of art objects more than a century old, if they are more than a century old.
They are not.
Contemporary.
So modern. Risque.
What do they depict?
So the first one you see is a barren wasteland dotted by dark pits and dominated by a vile river. The second is a parched desert. The
In
third,
thematically in line.
a vast bottomless pit encircled by enormous cliffs with many narrow stone bridges crisscrossing it. The next is an immense swamp full of giant reptiles. The fifth, an endless series of decrepit courtyards and withered fields, each full of demonic figures, like shadow creatures. The last is a blasted wasteland punctuated by volcanoes.
Well, don't these paint a pretty picture?
Pretty in theme with what we've uncovered.
However,
the
religion check for me, since you are quite enjoying the arts gallery. If anyone else is interested, they may as well.
I will bring Nim over since Nim is a little bit more religious than I am to be like, I picked up on this. Help me decipher what it could be.
Yeah, sure. Let me give it kind of a closer look. 22.
You've read about these. Each of these depicts a layer of the abyss.
Well, it makes sense why there were closets here. These are all layers of the abyss.
I say an abyssal. Well, that's not good.
Nim does not know abyssal. Like, oh, okay.
What
I
is
don't know
that?
what you said.
The abyss? Are these real places?
Yes, it's another plane of existence, basically, and this is where demons typically live.
It's known to be the antithesis to the hells.
I'm not sure what any of that means. But these places look horrible.
They are, if I could imagine.
Are you aware that devils exist?
Oh, I'm sure there's lots of creatures that I don't know about.
And they reside in the hells, as you know. Well, as you now know now, rather. Their conflict is very storied in history with that of the abyss, the demons.
Needless to say, it's not a place you'd want to go on vacation.
Not at all.
Demons and devils, a tale as old as time. Probably before then.
Aran, you stand at the cusp of a laboratory. Several shelves run all around the walls of this untidy room, and there are a pair of strong wooden benches on the floor. All of the available shelf and bench space is crammed full of typical alchemical equipment, such as bowls, funnels, flasks, spouts, vents, alembics, cucurbits, mortars, pestles, small furnaces, and many, many containers of ingredients, most now perished. You also see 3 snail-like creatures munching on some sort of plant-like material.
Nim, do you know what these are?
Do I have any clue?
Please give me a nature check.
All right, I'll do. The 17.
Much like that one book you found about Iopquatl, these are known as mollusks. The snail-like creature that resides in the Underdark, typically. They have a slight bioluminescence to them. And they eat fungus and other toxic, dangerous plants. Their shells then turn this into a edible secretion that acts much like a healing potion, but also nitroglycerin. It is quite volatile as much as it is like a medicine.
That's interesting. They're mollusks. You really only see these down in the Underdark, but I guess everything that's happened outside with the toxic elements and everything, and lab equipment that's rotted, kind of attracted them here.
So be careful, question mark.
I mean, like, Do I know if like touch contact is safe or?
Yes, it is the slime that would explode on too volatile of a movement, or like if you were to gather a lot of their slime up, put it in a bottle, and chuck it, it would explode like a kind of
that's
like a
kinda
mini
cool.
bomb.
Well, that's kind of cool though. Okay, so it's fine to touch them. Just be gentle. Don't move them around or shake them too much. It's not too good for them. They are a little volatile, a little explosive.
Are there any remnants of notes of just any paper with text on it, anything to depict any previous
Give
goings
me
ons?
a perception check.
Would anybody like to provide advantage for helping me?
Yeah, I'll provide advantage. I rolled a 16, but we'll turn that into advantage for you.
16 as well. We matched.
Okay. You'll notice that one of the alembics on one of the shelves contains a green mist that glows faintly. You also notice throughout this room there's several flasks and bottles, some containing ever-burning oil, poisonous gas. What else? Acid. You also see a bench that has 5 specifically colored flasks. 2 are yellow, 1 is green, and 1 is red, and 1 is blue.
Strange chemicals here, aren't they? I wonder if it wouldn't be best to remove our little snail friends before we do more investigation in here.
Moran, can you give me a quick deck save, please?
Make sure it's a quick one. Don't take a long deck save.
Very Matrix. Very Matrix. 17.
All right. As you're looking around, you narrowly dodge as a flask of gas whizzes past your head and crashes just at Rick's feet.
That wasn't me. I'm sorry.
And you all hear a glass bottle just break and shatter.
They're in here, aren't they?
I mean, he still has see invisibility up.
If there are things that are invisible.
You do not see any invisible creatures in this room at this time.
At this time, ...
Can I look at the chemicals that were in the glass that broke at my feet?
Well, it was a gas that seemed to disperse around your feet.
I'm scared for the primary colors that resemble the cultists, elemental cultists. I want to make sure that they're safe and not tossed and grab them.
Okay. Are you taking a close look or are you just grabbing?
I guess I will get in front of them and take a look, at least shield them.
Okay. Are you looking at any one of them in particular? There were 2 yellow, a green, a red, and a blue.
The blue. I'll take a look at the blue.
Oh my god. Okay. You look into this translucent blue liquid, and suspended within is a 3-foot tall human figure.
Do they move? Are they like?
They seem to be suspended in just in this ascension.
Any
essentially.
identifiable markers about the human? Are they?
They are female with raven hair and a lithe build, dressed in dark green traveling clothes with a black cloak, holding a wand in their right hand as if they were about to cast something.
I say, found her.
Do we take her out of the?
I guess that was my turn, so like I can't do more than just I looked and I found it, but or if we're in that kind of initiative kind of thing.
Sacriel, Elaine, and Puck, what are you three doing?
I think Elaine would have been making her way slowly down this hall, looking at these murals, just kind of taking them all in. I don't think she's seen anything like them before. But hearing the glass break would have looked back at Puck and Sacriel and say, "It sounds like trouble." And would have been like moving actively down the hall to help.
Yeah, I think probably similar for Sacriel. You might call out to you guys asking if everything's okay, but also try and move in that direction.
You probably would have heard loud enough, like found her.
What do you mean found her?
To if I could DM, I'm going to face step out of the room. Okay. So I want to with all of the potions. All of the flasks.
Can you give me a sleight of hand? You know what? No, you still have Cyto boons. You grab them and go.
Cool. I step out. Before I face him, I say, "Let's go," and he just poof into right in front back of Puck. Let's go.
Nothing personal, kid.
All right, real quick. Does it look like these mollusks are going to be able to survive in this lab sustainably?
So what you see is that they're eating on dead plants. So no.
Okay.
They've eaten what they could and won't live much.
All right.
Like
Yep, good enough reason for Nim that he'll speak in undercommon too to like kind of try to like tell them what's going on. Gonna try to like coax them out of there, maybe pick them up very gently and just try to get them out of there then as we're heading out.
Yeah. Puck, Sacriel.
Puck would just be, for now, staying at the end of the hallway, seeing Moran teleport behind him.
I've seen people turn to leave. We're going then?
At least out of that lab. It's kind of dangerous in there.
I found potions. One of them has a human suspended in them.
Are you sure that's the one we're looking for?
She has a wand.
That matches the description.
And
hey Rick,
flasks are being
give me a
thrown
quick
around.
deck save as orange flask seems to be coming at your face.
13.
A 13 is not good enough. As you are just covered in ever-burning oil, it's basically like self-igniting napalm.
Oh.
As you take 4 fire damage, and every turn until you wipe this stuff off, you will take another d4.
Oh my god. Nope, we head and on out.
It's not the first time I've been on fire.
Football carrying these mollusks.
Yes.
It's like those pictures with the elephant snail. That's like that girl like holding it like a dog. It's like that.
Oh god.
It's dangerous.
I'm gonna have to share that later.
Elaine will, seeing Rick on fire, is just going to like not step into the room, but reach in around the corner and grab Rick and like, pull him out of the room with surprising strength for someone her size, and is going to be like trying to help wipe off the oil.
Yeah, you can wipe it off. A little bit gets on your hand, but like it doesn't set on fire long enough for you to like feel anything. You're just like, oh shit.
Scared now. I cast mage armor.
Well, I'm gonna ask, with me being on fire, can I use prestidigitation to snuff the flame out? Or vice versa, clean my clothing to just quickly get the oil off.
I would say at least partially, and then with the help of Elaine, you're able to get rid of it before it's going to do more damage.
Okay. Because I just paid for the dry cleaning on this. I can't go back again.
All right. Is everyone darting out of that hallway?
Yeah, Elaine's going to be bringing up the rear, kind of watching, keeping an eye out. She's going to pull out her great axe as she's running, like from underneath her cloak, to try and use it to swat at like any bottles that follow us, I guess.
Because
like,
one is really about to come for you.
Okay, yeah. Because I can see it, I get advantage. Boop, 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 boop. Dex save, right?
Yes, ma'am.
17.
Yeah, so with your great axe, you were just able to just kind of like use momentum and just like smack the end of your great axe to the bottle, and it bounces and hits the ceiling as acid just splatters, drips, and just kind of starts burning the carpet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Elaine's then kind of her jaw's like gritted in a hard line as she's got her like other hand on Rick's back and is just shoving him down this hallway.
Okay. And you all actually be far enough after that. No more bottles come after your face holes.
Want to grab the bodies and get out of here then?
Smart.
It would probably be best.
Like that was some defensive mechanism for some reason, good or not.
Yeah, you will get over here. I'm just gonna move
just a question, since I was
get over here.
Get over here.
You
Stop running.
it.
Why are you running?
You get over here. You son of a bitch. I swear to Cowboy Christ, you all stop it.
This is the way.
I just one question. When Rick was in there doing the perception check, did he see like research notes or anything inside there?
Nothing that probably wasn't eaten by the snails.
Okay.
SMH.
Unfortunately. You're all gonna get deleted.
The snails have the knowledge.
As you all will make your ways out, grabbing the bodies, coming out with like Fall and Min are just kind of like chit-chatting and Giant.
Good day, folks. Thank you for your time. We're sorry to bother you once again, but we'll be heading on our way out. I hope you two have a wonderful evening.
You too?
He'll just tip his hat.
Okay. You will all leave the Sorcerer's Tower. Would you like to release it now or when you get back to the coffee shop?
I show everyone the suspended human thoughts.
Elaine will look at that being really scared. Maybe we should wait until the man sees who it is.
Can I roll an Arcana check to figure out if we can release her safely?
Sure.
Ah, yes, this is indeed magic. I rolled a 4.
Probably magic. It could just be some weird dude's like
I
glass
think we
bottle
just.
thing.
I think we took his pop collection.
Seems to be one of the only wand identifier caster that we came across. So, I mean, our odds are better than not. I suppose we shall wait until we meet back with the gentleman from before.
There was a lot of, based on what you were all saying, there was a lot of bad stuff down there. And if we don't know who it is, I think it's better to leave it for now.
What about
Don't
the
you, Mr. Puck?
I don't know. On one hand, we could try to set her free.
Is there any reason we have to do it now, though?
Well,
I mean, she
One
could
of
tell us
the-
about this place before we leave. What trapped her in there?
what about the other bottles?
I guess as a group, I will bring just for everyone to look at the other ones.
Are there like people in there?
Nope.
It was part of the collection, and so I felt that they were important to bring along as well.
Does look like she's gonna cast a spell. We might want to open it in an open place without and try and stay far back.
We also don't know how powerful she is, so the spell could be anything.
If we
Well,
can,
I know. For me, I'd hate to leave a beautiful young lady trapped inside a bottle.
just for a little while longer, until we can make sure that Ulfgar, am I remembering his name correctly? Until they can tell us that this is who we're actually looking for.
And if it is, he probably has more connections to know how to do this properly, just in case.
Well, after what we've learned, the Enclave surely is going to be very interested in what happened here.
At the same time, though, knowing what we know now, can we trust him?
We were
We
sent here.
could
I mean, but
always.
he easily could have lied that the reason was because they were friends when he could be part of this cult.
It has been 20 years. We could ask, we could deceive and say that we perhaps am unsure based on the bodies that we brought, what identifiers. We forgot to ask what she looks like. And so if the bodies are not the one which we can perceive are probably not the ones he's looking for, we can ask what she looks like. And if it fits the description, then we can, I suppose, move on from there. But then again, I do not. I don't know. That's a good
Pretty
question.
honest, and if Tess set us up with this mission, then she trusts him. Probably
Sure, but
we
maybe
should
Tess
too.
doesn't know the full scope of the situation.
Did anyone recall what his adventuring guild's name? The Crimson Guard. Had anyone heard of that? I hadn't.
I had not either.
What check would we make as a group to decide?
History.
So I'm just gonna ask because I am much older. I probably would have been already an active adventurer during that time that they would have been active. I'm gonna assume wisdom to do recall. Can I make that with advantage?
I'll give you advantage because Puck is 700 years old. So it'll help you with that.
You can attempt.
With my age, what do you think that I'd be able to know? It's fine if it's not. I'm not going to press it.
Thankfully it was with advantage because I rolled a 5 and then it came up with a nat 20.
Nice.
So 22.
The Crimsons specifically. I have to go back to him because it's on his thing.
Much nice.
The Crimson Company. Even with your check, you're never heard of it. At any travel and any stories and any towns you've heard, even over the years, you have never heard of a group called the Crimson Company. Whether he was just trying to embellish himself or if he was lying, you're not sure.
Indeed, I've been around the block once or twice. I'm afraid I've never heard of his company.
Quite a unique name, is it not?
I haven't heard about a lot of things, so
It's a big world.
Still, there are other adventurers in there if they were trying to get something out from here.
Commissioned by whom? We don't know.
Fair. But there's still a person trapped in there. Are you just going to keep her in there forever?
I don't think forever.
I think it's
But
a
I
good
think
idea to let her go.
We should
That
let
way
her
we can get
out.
the full story.
But do we do it now or once we confirm that she's who we think she is?
You guys
mean,
don't even
we let her
trust
out
the
now.
guy.
We can at least find out who she is for ourselves without having to rely on him and it maybe being a lie.
Ma'am, Rick.
As I said, I hate to keep a lady waiting.
Yeah, I mean, no matter who she is, whether she's the one we're looking for or not, it's not exactly fair to her that she's stuck in there.
I interrupted you, Elaine, as you were.
No, it's fine. I just worry that sometimes sometimes things are set in a certain way for a reason. And I would feel better having our contact identify the person. But I trust you all.
I would argue in the latter as well, but I am outvoted and I respect that decision. Kind of like a champagne bottle, just.
You're going to open it?
I think the party agreed.
Okay. As you open the bottle, the woman, the glass shatters, and the woman rapidly expands back to normal size. You notice that there's like a thick blue liquid kind of attached to her clothing. She will open her eyes and look in confusion, spring back, waving her while like, get away from me, you evil closets. I'm warning you. And you'll just notice like a firebolt just like shoots by your head, Moran. Like it's like a warning shot.
A few burnt ends.
This is what she looks like.
Rick's gonna attempt to calm her down. Oh, I'm gonna use persuasion.
What are you saying?
Let me give you the roll, and I'll tell you what I hold on. So I got an 18, and I'm gonna say, easy there, lass. We're fellow adventurers ourselves. Seems you had been trapped in some sort of suspended animation. We just released you free.
Who are you? Stay back. I know how to use this.
I understand. The name's Rick Charlemagne, gentleman adventurer. We were sent here by one of your former compatriots. I'm sorry, what was his name?
Longwood, Mr. Longwood.
Mr. Longwood.
Ulfgar?
Yeah, Ulfgar.
And she'll kind of like look around, like looking for him.
He's not here yet. It didn't feel quite right spending 2 days traveling back with you trapped as you were.
I don't mean to alarm. I'm unsure if you are aware of the passage of time that has occurred between your possible stasis and now.
Like she looks genuinely confused at you. Stasis.
You've been missing for 20 years.
And she'll like cross her arms and just like raise her brow like 20 years. That's the wrong accent I had for her. 20 years. There's no way. Like she just kind of like waves your words off like
I don't doubt that our story sounds far-fetched, but I believe when you see Mr. Longwood again, you'll notice the truth of what we speak.
Speaking of, she sees you carrying her compatriots. And she just a hand over her mouth. No. We should have turned back.
What were you looking for in there?
She'll like hold herself with her arms. Me and my companions heard about the tower from a teamster we met in Neverwinter. Although most of us were quite inexperienced, we decided to investigate the ruins here. We quickly figured out how to open the trapdoor to the underground level, but things went south after that. Kithri was stung to death by spiders. Darren was dragged underwater and drowned by the water weird. Thoradin torn apart by dust devils. Mephits. I wasn't able to escape, so I kept going forward, being pursued into the lab by Quasits. My magic was exhausted, and my cantrips proved ineffective. I desperately grabbed one of the potions on the wooden bench, the one with a blue liquid. My last memory was flipping off the cork stopper.
Very interesting. Seems somehow your body was trapped within the very potion you took.
Well, yeah, it was just a few moments ago.
Unfortunately, as you can tell by the state of your friends, it's been a much longer.
Elaine's going to walk over to Amelia and try like reach out like a comforting hand up to Amelia's elbow. I know that this is probably very confusing, but I think that you can trust us. We're traveling back to the city to meet with your friend from the Crimson Company, and we can maybe explain more then.
Are they all there?
No, just Ulfar.
Oh. I mean, I know we all went our separate ways, but thought they'd still want to get it. It's fine. I think, and she'll like actually like rub her arm. I think I want to bury my friends first under some stone cairns.
Would you like to do that here?
Yeah. Sooner is better.
We would love to help if you would like that.
I'd appreciate it. And with like all the dead shit here, stones are pretty easy to come by. Um, you're able to find out probably within an hour for 3 stone cairns worth. Um, she just kind of like stands in silence, holding herself again. She hangs her head low for about a minute as the wind whips and the storm just starts to bring a light rain. Um, I think I'm ready to go. I go see
Elaine,
Ulfgar and go to Neverwin to see my fiance. I'm sure he's worried about me.
Elaine will slip her hand into Amelia's and just kind of like give it a couple of squeezes. One step at a time.
You're much like Darren.
Maybe you can tell him or tell us about him. Elaine's gonna start, if we're done here, gonna start heading back towards the city with Amelia's hand.
If it's all right, during like the travel back, I'd like to just ask like 2 questions to her.
Mhm.
The first one being, who was the individual that informed them about this tower? It was something in Neverwinter.
A teamster.
A teamster. They kind of handed out quests, more or less, given information for money, that sort of thing.
Right, so it was already, I guess, within the bigger sphere of influence that people knew about it. And then she, by the previous language, she was also part of the company, that team, organization of people.
Yep.
The Crimson Company.
Yeah, it was Ulfgar, me, Trill, and Sven. After Ulfgar lost a leg, Trill nearly lost an eye, and Sven was just heartbroken. We decided to split.
Where's home for you?
Neverwinter.
Well, unfortunately, we've got a couple days travel. Once we get back to town, I'm sure we can get everything sorted out for you.
I have my own money. I'm sure I can get around. So it does again take you about day and a half's travel. You'll get there at evening. There's no rain. And is there anything you all want to do before she goes in?
Elaine will actually hang back. And like as we approach the coffee shop, I'm assuming this is where we're meeting up with Ulfgar again. Elaine will quietly go to the side of the building and like lean up against it, folding her arms and watching the foot traffic go by on the street.
Okay. As you enter, as anyone would enter with Amelia, any doubts that she had about you guys telling her she had been missing for 20 years is dispelled, seeing Ulfgar. She stares in astonishment at his aged face and bursts into tears as they hug. She's like, "Oh, it's only been like a year to me, Ulfgar, but it's really been like 20." It's like, yeah, it's And like his rambling is just more like he doesn't have actual words to say. And you'll start hearing her say, I need to see Jex. I need to see Jex. And he'll like kind of like give her a concerned look and nod his head, and he'll look to anyone that enters. Thanks for getting her home. And he'll wave over to the waitress who'll bring you a tray of drinks and a small purse with your reward. And a booth sanctioned off for you.
Of course, I'm glad that this the ending of this could at least be somewhat happy.
A short moment later, Amelia will come up to you with robes in her hands. She lays it kind of next to the purse. This was the only thing that I found a worth in that damned power. And I don't want the bad memories that ties me with them. It's filled with old, weird, elementally stuff. Thought abandoned by the old cultists forever ago. And she kind of holds her head low. You notice her face has melancholy. I don't know what you all plan to do. I don't know what I plan to do. But I'll figure it out. And she will turn to leave.
You said that she gave a robe.
Mm-hmm.
What does it look like?
I'm so glad you asked. It looks almost like a bunch of storm clouds stitched together. They seem to give off a light scent of ozone and rumble. Elaine, as you see Amelia walk out, you kind of see her kind of put her hand into her head into her hands, and you can just hear a light sobbing.
Elaine will push off the wall where she's been watching people come and go and walk over to Amelia, again doing the same soft like hand like on the elbow. I know it's hard having things suddenly be so different.
My fiance remarried. My party is dead. My friends are gone. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go.
Well, I had to leave my home pretty suddenly. And I have a lot of questions about what all that means. But I can tell you what my gran said to me before she sent me out. meanings wherever you decide to find it. There's a lot of us here working with the Emerald Enclave. But there's other places you could go to.
Like where?
Wherever you find meaning, I guess.
With that, you will kind of hear something coming off from the distance. It almost sounds like bark breaking. If you look, there's like a faint green light that kind of shines and fades. As someone starts to come walking in your direction, Elaine, as you're consoling Amelia. And they'll walk up and say, "Is everything all right?"
Who am I looking at?
You are looking at an Eladrin. Their full attire seems plant-like, even with flowers and branches in their hair. On their shoulder is a very vibrant colored bird that seems to eyeball you.
Is that the same looking bird we saw back at the Enclave?
Most of you have seen this bird before.
Elaine's going to be paying very close attention to the plants that are running along this individual, like trying to like identify them like as quickly as she can. I'm sure there's a lot of plants she's never seen. And like she'll get like a little bit starstruck for a moment. And kind of look at Amelia and look back at this individual. Yes. Well, no, but I'm sorry. I'm Elaine. Who are you?
Oh, sorry. I'm Tess.
Tess.
Yeah.
You're Tess.
Hold on. And they'll just kind of like look down. Yeah, I'm Tess. And you'll just see like a very vibrant smile, androgynous features, words.
Elaine's going to get very starstruck. And just well, there's a lot of people inside the waiting for you. This I'm just helping out here. I'm helping.
Well, that's very kind of you, Elaine. And Tess will just kind of pick a flower out of their hair and just kind of take Amelia's hands and put one in there as they say, "It's going to be fine. You're going to be fine. We'll make sure you're taken care of." If you want to come in, if you need time to yourself, just when you're ready, plant that. And we'll let you know. And she kind of takes it, cradling it on sort of like, what the fuck is this? And she nods her head, shakes Tessa's hand, and gives you a hug, Elaine. And she'll just kind of like say, kind of quietly, "You are more like Darren than I even originally thought." And she will walk off. And Tess put their like hands on their hips. They're like, "Well, I did it. Elaine, you want to go in and have drinks with everybody else?"
Yeah, we can have drinks because it's fine. And Elaine's just again that very like starstruck, like kind of doesn't know what to do with her hands. And we'll
Super. Let me get the door for you.
Yep. We'll kind of go in, and as she walks in, like make direct eye contact with Puck and like be doing one of these, like,
And
and
you
quickly
again
drift over to a wall where she's like not seen.
Yeah, you will see a slim Eladrin walk in, who will just kind of walk up to your table pretty quickly. Like, you did not expect how fast they'd be there. And let's see who the lucky duck is today. Rick. Tess takes your drink. It's like, "Oh, thanks."
Not a problem.
And they just take a seat right next to you.
Pardon me for being presumptuous, but judging by your attire, are you not the Tess who's been writing us these past few months?
Hold on. Look down. Yes, I am.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm sure you know my name, but introductions are always important. The name is Rick Charlemagne, gentleman of Intra.
And they all just like put out a hand, like grab yours and like kind of overdo it, and just a huge smile on their face. Tessia Brithar.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Tess. Sacriel. I'll put out a hand as well.
Nympharlantasil. Yeah, offers a hand.
Oh, you're the one that had the quatling. How are they doing?
I think they're doing better. It was a little rough at the start. There's a lot of pain there, but I think they're recovering okay.
Great to hear. And you're Moran, right? With I can't read lips.
The silence spell was upon me. Tess, it's been a number of years since I've heard about you. Good to see you're still doing well.
Well, of course I'm doing well. I'm only years old, and I'm not.
Don't I know it? I do.
And of course, the well-dressed gentleman himself, motioning to Puck.
Rick is secretly a little offended that he's not ever addressed as that.
Good to finally put a face to the name.
Well, I mean, don't get too used to it. I do like to change sometimes, but that's a whole different story. Are y'all ready to go?
Well, do we have some
Sure.
stories for
Go
you?
Where?
To your cool new place to hang out all the time.
Well, as ready as ever, and Puck will get up and then haul that stone chest over his shoulder and getting ready to go.
Whole ass stone chest with you, huh?
Look,
We try not to mention it around him. He gets offended by it.
I mean, get us a bag of holding and I won't need it.
I'll think about it. And they will gather you all up, slam the drink, pay the tab, and kind of usher you up to just this huge tree. And they just go, there. Touching it with the tip of their finger, a large portal just appears as the bark of the tree folds in on itself. As you all end up hither.
Who is
At
that
the
little
bottom
person
of
I
the map.
see?
It takes a minute for you to walk up and fully see the sanctuary.
There was part of me that hoping it was this place. But look, Orchard's there already.
You don't see him. Tess will kind of open the doors. Very little effort. And they will just kind of motion for you to all come inside and see what's here. She's like, well, over here are your living quarters. Of course, take care, like check out the fountain. You can drink out of it. I'd ask that you not bathe, even though it cleans itself all the time. We have baths for that. This one is Ori's room. Be careful, it smells. You just hear like yelling coming from behind the door.
Where's my knife?
If you have any pets and or friends, you are more than welcome to use the stables to keep them. Here's your eating arrangements, of course. And from behind the counter, you'll see two figures. The first is you see a well-dressed raccoon cleaning a tankard. Quiet and just watching you with his beady little goddamn eyes.
We didn't train them to actually serve drinks. He just sits there cleaning glasses all day.
The other is a possum that just like puts his little tiny hands on the counter and just kind of like almost squeals in excitement. That's more like a hiss. It's like, oh, okay, so that's one right there making drinks is Reginald. For the love of God, and hope that everything you want your kneecaps, you don't call him Reggie. The other one's Jerry. Very outgoing. He will eat all of your scraps. So there's that. Over here, over to your right, are the baths and latrines. Upstairs, we have a vault. And there are other various rooms you can check for yourself. As you all kind of start getting in here and start to like check everything out, you do notice other strange happenings. You see Puck as you come up here. The fire seems to come alive and kind of look at you. It takes on almost like a shark-like shape, as does the nearby water. They start hissing at each other, though, as they would. However, they're quickly quelled by a large bear coming from an ice chest made fully of ice crystals. It just kind of roars and they settle down. Rick, as you get close to the center tree, you notice flying above two air elementals that just kind of follow each other in a huge circle. Beyond in one of the kitchens, you hear some plant creatures cutting, cooking, cleaning, etc. Tess will look at you, Nim. So I see you have little friends on you, and like they're kind of like motioning to the smallest.
Yep. They seem to find me at this point now.
I think a place out back would be good for them. There's a garden with some toxic plants that they can eat.
Perfect. Thank you.
We're gonna harvest that slime for healing potions / bombs,
Exactly.
Wow.
or both.
As a byproduct, not as like the mainstay. Like
It's like
you're
milking
just
a
trying
cow.
to get him out of there. But like, yeah, it just
Out of your pack, Nim, Ayap will kind of shimmy out.
my son.
And it will just kind of fly around Tess for a moment. It will almost immediately zip back to you and just kind of like land on your head, skull and all.
Like adjusts to the weight for a second. Still gotta get used to that.
It's like, and I guess if you need anything, let me know. Rooms are yours to call. And you're welcome to leave when you need to. Just let me know. I can open a portal. I've been to most places. Welcome to your new home. If that's what you want to call it, anyway. And that
It
will
feels
be
like
the
home.
end of tonight's session. So I would like to thank everybody for being here tonight. This was a big thank you to MT Black. This was their one-shot wizard in a bottle. A little modified. If you like the smallest, those are by Just Jack Daw. You can find his stuff on YouTube and Patreon. The Prism Glasses by Griffin Saddlebag, the cool shit on Patreon. Music D20. Some cool stuff. I've been Tony Dungeon Master, and we're gonna go around overlay order for some outros. Sarah, take it away.
Hi, I'm Oseric Franco. I played Elaine Thistletop, the Halfling Barbarian. If you like my face and the words I say sometimes, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter. There we go. Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok, all the places at Oseric Franco. I do a variety of TTRPG content here on TBK Roleplay and across several other communities. The next time you can see me doing the thing will be over at Nat 20 tomorrow for Against the Tides, where I play a Dragonborn fighter who is a lot more brazen, a lot more loud, and just hoot and holler. Catch me on Neon Lights Roleplay on Wednesday in After the End, an Offworlders campaign where I play a lamp. I'm a lamp daddy. It's pretty great. And then on Sunday, you can find me here on TBK Roleplay in Dark Echoes, a Curse of Strahd campaign in the morning, followed by Murder and Coffee, a GM talk show where I co-host with the incredible Luca Locke. We're having, I'm so excited, we're having Aaron King on this week to talk about the 3 pillars in TTRPGs. And I'm really, really excited for that conversation. Aaron is one of my favorite people in the space, just an absolute delight. So you're not going to want to miss it. Check out my Twitter to see all the other things that are going on. And I'll pass it over to Mr. Rogers.
Hi, I'm Mr. Rogers. I played Puck, our half-dragon fighter. Main places you can find me is next month in Emerald Expeditions. Outside of that, I occasionally stream on my own stream. It's been occasionally as of late because Elden Ring has consumed my life and I can't stream that on this PC. So I'm gonna pass it on to Purple.
Hello, I'm Purple Phil. I played Sacriel today, and the next time you guys can catch me will be over on Neon Lights on Sunday for the Violet Sea. I'm going to be playing another character whose class maybe isn't clear. Might be a theme or something, I don't know. But after that, the next big thing I got coming up is on May 16th. We'll have the return of Iron GM, getting into the semifinals as we have DMF Saint versus Zipper on Disney. It's going to be a really good, exciting little mashup of DMs making one-shots for each other as a competition. So that's my little pitch. I will pass it on up over to Heck.
All right, hey everyone, it's me, Sir Heckalot. Today I played Nim Perlantiso, the Sea Elf Zoologist. You can find me on all of the social medias at Sir Hackalot, including Itch, Twitch, Twitter, Insta, TikTok, basically everywhere. In terms of the TTRPG space, this is a really busy week. You can find me in a whole lot of places. Tomorrow you can find me here for Oathsworn, Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, with a bunch of people on there, one other person on the screen. On Wednesday, you can find me at Lost Caravan RPG playing some more Locust. Things have gotten really trippy with that miniseries, so you won't want to miss it. On Thursday, I have a double stream starting on my own channel with Dungeons and Discussions, a podcast I co-host with Tynes Dungeon. Then immediately after that, I'm going to be over here with Queen's Gambit, a Tyranny of Dragons campaign. On Friday, I'm going to be back here again with Cold Hands Warm Hearts. Don't see me on Saturday. I'm taking a break on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I have another double with Violet C over on Leon Lights. And the next Coven game for this month, which is Basic Witches. Be ready for it. It's going to be so cute and so chaotic, and I'm so ready for it. But that's it. Passing it on to Leo.
Hi everyone, Copper Leo here. You'll see me again next month playing Rick Charlemagne in Emerald Expedition. And then I will also be playing a game on the 30th of April. I believe its name is Shimshine, but I'm not 100% sure. If anybody wants to correct me, go for it. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'll pass it over to Dev.
Hey guys, it's me, Dev Develops. So happy to have been part of the session with these awesome people. And until next time.
Okay, I expected more. Hey, I've kind of been Tony. You can see me tomorrow with Oathsworn, Saturday for Dark Echoes next month, which I believe the session is on the 23rd of May. Just double check our schedule or the website for that. It's updated pretty quickly. I think it's actually there. I just don't remember because my brain is a dumpster fire, hot garbage. Yeah. But other than that, thank you everybody for coming out. We love you sincerely, deeply, however much you do or do not want us. We will catch you next time. Mysterious entity, take us away.